They know they talk this stick talk, this stick talk. They know they talk this stick talk, this stick talk. They know they talk this stick talk, this stick talk. They know we talk this lick talk, this lick. I'm riding up on this cash up on a new toy. Yeah, fuck this cash up on a new toy. Can't understand this, that's your true self. Taliban pants, we go straight to the machine. They know they talk this stick talk, this stick talk. They know they talk this stick talk, this stick talk. They know they talk this stick talk, this stick talk. They know we talk this lick talk, this lick. I'm riding up. They know they talk this stick talk, this stick talk. They know they talk this stick talk, this stick talk. They know they talk this stick talk, this stick talk. They know we talk this lick talk, this lick. I'm riding up on this cash up on a new toy. Yeah, fuck this cash up on a new toy. Can't understand this, that's your true self. Taliban pants, we go straight to the machine. They know they talk this stick talk, this stick talk. They know they talk this stick talk, this stick talk.
Yo, 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 yo.
Let's go!
Energy! Bring it in, bring it in. Hello, everyone.
Cuckoo.
Lord.
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? It's your man, Easy Bands, aka Israel Mills. You know the drill. This is Tough Talk Thursday. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it.
We all get to do it. Hi, it's your girl, Love
Oh,
Girl.
God.
Will C. How's it going?
Impromptu.
All right, welcome everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Tough Talks. I'm your girl, LA Project. Let's go.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
Summer Jam. Let's go.
Yo. Say it one more time. Yo.
Yow.
Yo, yo.
Yeah, there you go.
Y'all
So to
know me.
everybody in the chat, make sure y'all hit the like and the share whatever channels you watching from. Appreciate y'all for being here on a Thursday. Appreciate you.
On a Thursday, club going up.
On a Thursday again.
Mhm.
So what's going on, man? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
Man.
Listen, we got some topics for y'all. We got some things to talk about.
Yeah, we definitely do. Where y'all want to kick it off first?
What y'all talking about? Y'all want to pop it off with the thick women in the workforce? Want to talk?
Appropriate dress and
Was it professional versus experience versus theory?
Yeah, we get in with that one. That's gonna be a dope. That's gonna be a dope one. We get in with that one because there's a lot of directions we're gonna go with that one, I guess. You know how Shimon do.
I think more
Indicting
so
already.
opener.
Damn.
The opener is definitely going to be the thick ladies, professional dress. You know, I think we were talking a little bit about what is professional versus what's appropriate. Because I think that is also something that's discussed, especially, I think a lot of us, for the ones who have children, we have to think about what our children are seeing, especially when they do go to school.
Okay.
So I think y'all want to take it off there. Let's get the men's opinion first.
Pick it up there. I think a lot of people do get it confused, especially our young ladies that's doing the teacher situation. They are getting confused what is a cocktail dress and what is appropriate to be teaching young kids. Yes, if you are voluptuous, yes, you can still wear a dress. However, it shouldn't look like a cocktail dress. It should not look like you are going to happy hour after you teach the kids. It needs to be appropriately buttoned up to where the kids are still learning and the parents are still not going to be looking at you all crazy. Like, what is she wearing? Like, she should not look like she just came from the club or she's about to go to the club. You should look like my child's teacher. I should not want to holler.
So you're talking. So y'all talking about flesh showing?
Not necessarily.
Say if a woman is like curvy, but she's wearing something like it's fitting, y'all think that is not professional?
No, I think it's a difference between a cocktail dress and a professional dress. And you could clearly see the difference between the two. A lawyer does not, well, you know, a lawyer does not look like she is going to a cocktail party. She looks like she's going to do work.
I seen women in blazers that look sexy though, but they was wearing blazers.
Right, but that's a different thing. That's just you being a freak boy.
Okay, what about a blazer, a cropped or a fitted blazer, and a pencil skirt? Some people would say that is business attire, but if you have a certain figure and that pencil skirt rises, has a slit, or anything like that, then does that change the dynamic?
The slit? Yes.
There are plenty of pencil skirts with a slit in them, though.
Now, I mean, traditionally they would have it up the back a little bit.
Right.
But sometimes, you know, if they got a side split, you know, or a side slit, then that's a little different. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of thigh is gonna be showing.
Yeah. I mean, traditionally, like, I mean, if you get like a suit combo, I guess, like for a woman, it would come with a skirt, a blouse, and a blazer, right? But like I said, that slit would be up the back for the pencil skirt, just so, you know, when the woman walks, she doesn't actually like rip her fabric, but not on the side. And I don't know, I just think that like some of the fabrics though, you know what I mean? Like they look like jeans, but they got way too much spandex in them, and you can see all the dimples, and I'm just like,
The dimples.
Oh Lord! Listen,
Yo.
as a little boy who used to look up under my teacher's dress, I don't think that women should wear dresses to school. I don't think teachers should wear dresses as teachers to school, period. Because there's little boys that are very curious about what they have up under that dress, and they may try any little tactic to see what's happening under there. You know what I'm talking about? So, hey, I don't think the teacher should wear any dresses at all to school. I think that's inappropriate in and of itself.
no dresses.
So we're going to say curiosity. Okay.
I
You
don't
know, I
know.
blame the millennials. I'm not going to lie. Because the millennials are wearing business casual attire to the club.
No.
Yes, we were.
They're not actually wearing business casual to the club.
Sharon, that was a thing.
Yeah, they
That
might
was
try
a
to act
legit
like it was a thing, but people just getting confused. Just like the pencil skirt thing, right? A pencil skirt's supposed to be at least at your knee. A lot of these people pencil skirts ain't at their knee. It's at their thunder thighs. And then they, you know, it ain't even no separation of thighs. It's just turning it into a campfire out this mug. No, in the school looking like that. I'm sorry. It look like you're trying to get chose instead of choose the right education for my child.
What if it helps those little boys pay attention? Those little boys weren't paying attention to some teachers. Were looking at
Yeah,
them.
I think the clothes depend on the body type, or it don't even matter. Business attire is business attire.
It's body
Yeah, I
type.
Because some you think it's business attire is business attire.
Yeah.
I don't know though, because some people body is just gonna look different in it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if
I
it's
have-
professional and it's modest, it's still, you're gonna be like, okay, that's modest. You're not gonna, even if she's very curvy, very voluptuous, whatever the case may be, it's not gonna be like a thing of you trying to lust. Because check it out, there's some Muslim women who are very, very curvaceous and very, very whatever you call it. And you can't even tell. You can't even tell by the clothes, because they wear what's those flowing clothes that they wear?
Flowing
You know what I'm
clothes.
saying? Yeah,
That's
the
what I'm
flowing
saying.
clothes.
So do you think a thick teacher, a thick somebody professional should wear flowing clothes? What about if the clothes is not?
Yeah,
What
they
about if
shouldn't.
the clothes is not?
No, go ahead.
Go
My bad. No, my bad. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what about if because a skinnier woman would wear something and it's not gonna look that provocative, but if a woman that's thick wears certain, what if she got the wagon that you can't even just glance and not notice the shit? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think your body type should matter. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I put some pictures. I have a friend that teaches somewhere in New Jersey. I'm not sure where she teaches, but she's she's in her early 40s or whatever. But from what I've seen, it looks like she likes to go like thrifting. She likes older style clothes. If you want to check out some of those, you can. And she got body, you know what I'm saying? But the way that she sometimes even layers up and covers herself up, you know what I'm saying? Like I can see it as a little extra step, just to make sure that things aren't distracting. because like you got to go up to the chalkboard, to not to the chalkboard anymore, but like the white erase board, turn around, everybody, they start writing, they little waist and they little, what I'm saying, start shaking a little bit. You don't want it to be too distracting. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're trying to put information up on the board, but all they can really focus on is I can see her crack, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see that ass. You feel me? So, I mean, I'm not saying that it's that person's fault, but I think that there should be a little bit more, like thought put into it. You know what I'm saying? Because you want your students to focus on the message and not what you got on.
And it's not just about teachers, right? I just use teachers because that's just the easiest one for everybody to actually see, right? Because everybody have children after a certain age is just a normal thing for a majority of human beings to do after like 40 or something like that. I think like 98% of them have children, some crazy stat like that. But everybody knows what professional is, because those same outfits that we are critiquing, if they was to walk inside a doctor's office and working behind the scenes as a doctor, it won't be right. You don't want to see your doctor looking sexy. You don't want to see your lawyer looking sexy. Like, no, your lawyer can be sexy because of everything that person is, because they are attractive to you, because they have the cocoa bottle shape and all that, but they're not attempting to be sexy. I think that's the difference.
Hey, some of them scrubs. Did you see some of them scrubs? Some of them scrubs be
Right.
So that's because she is attractive to you, right? That doesn't mean
like,
that
God, dog.
attractive. Nobody's
Those
talking about,
scrubs.
you know what I mean? So
That's more of like a uniform. Like I don't know what else they supposed to wear besides the scrubs.
I
Do you
can
remember
give
the
you that.
situation where
Huh?
old girl was working at Home Depot and she was wearing, I think it's about the length and the tightness. Because what Sharon is pretty much what I'm hearing is, if you are pretty much showing off that curvaceous body, where it's like your clothes are literally looking like a second skin at that point, that's inappropriate. Because you can wear scrubs that are looser fitting. Your scrubs don't have to look like you just, if you breathe a little too hard, you popping out of them.
but yeah, right, like that. That is
God,
That's Teacher Bay is doing too. Yeah, come on, man.
yeah, I ain't gonna hold you.
That's a little snug. That's a little snug right there, man.
Yeah.
That ain't no
It's
professional
fitted.
like that.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's just
not-
like, you know, like,
fabric.
and so we could be fair, right? A man, if he's to wear a muscle bound shirt and you can see every vein popping out his arm when he moving, he could barely. That ain't professional neither.
Yo,
Oh wow, she from Alabama. That's why it is. She from Alabama. Good, great.
That's that cornbread. That's that cornbread.
I told you they thicker than a bag of sickles.
Somebody get this man some water.
No, she from Alabama. Ain't no thirsty, but I already know. Listen, I live in Alabama, so I already see this every day. I tried to tell y'all. I see this every day, brother. But listen, this is inappropriate though. Come on, man. This is a club dress. I mean, she's a nice looking young lady, but come on, fam. Come on, dog.
that's like brunch.
Come
wear.
on, dog.
That's
Come on now, dog. Come
For
on
school,
now,
that's what I'm saying.
man.
When she's got her back,
And
to
she got the
class.
heels on. Come on.
Yeah, when she's got her
I
back
don't find
to
it
the class,
practical to wear heels as a teacher. That I will say, it's not very practical.
No, but she wears them every. Look at this. Look, every day.
Listen, you running after kids most of the time.
Yeah,
of the
see,
you gotta break
I can
up
see
fights.
like her all like the shape
Yeah,
of her legs,
everything.
everything. That's when it becomes like, yeah, that's a little bit too much, because I mean these are kids, and even as adults, like if you see something, I sent Rogue this picture earlier, and it was two people from the music industry, but one of the guys had on the gray sweatpants, and my eyes went straight to his goddamn bulge because I couldn't help it. It was right there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like kids, they can't help but to see something, especially if it's exaggerated. Like, I don't know. Like I said, what do you want them to be focused on during the day? Okay,
Obviously.
we get the point, Izzy.
Obviously, chest.
If you follow her on IG, huh? You got
Right.
it.
Nah, I don't.
now.
I'm just helping y'all out. I'm helping y'all out with the visuals.
Get that man some water.
I don't follow her. I don't. Nah, that's not my
See.
style. No, listen. I'm gonna be real with you. A woman that shows everything, I'm not interested in her at all. Because she's advertising. She's looking for attention, and I don't like an attention-seeking woman. I just don't.
Well, with that being said, though, how would a woman want to get the attention then?
But
If you are
she's
trying
gonna.
to attract somebody. Is it a time and place? Are we mad because it's at her job? It's at
Yeah,
school?
that's a job. Yeah.
Okay. What about there's some fine shit over there at her job that she want to get his attention?
But it's
Nah,
just
but that's not the way to do it. It's not appropriate.
Right.
All right, so now if she just wore that on a date,
Yeah, that's appropriate for a date.
okay.
That's just not appropriate for
So
school
would
to
you
teach
still-
my kid.
Would you still look at her as attention seeking?
No, if she wore it for me, see now, listen. So there's a difference too, right? We know this as men. If the woman is wearing it for you and to show you, you know, hey, look, whatever the case may be, that's not like raunchy what she has on. So she still looks kind of classy to a certain degree. It's just very inappropriate for school.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like wearing a bathing suit in the supermarket. Like that is attention seeking. But if you wear a bathing suit at the beach, it's a bathing suit. It's like it's time and place. You know what I mean?
So
They
can
be
we
doing that
also
shit
attest this
in
to the
Miami.
whole situation with the gym attire? With a lot of people were talking about what women were wearing at the gym.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I seen a video recently where
Like a
this
little
woman.
scrunchy booty.
Yeah, they told her. They said,
The
"Yo,
top
do you have a
barely
change?"
cover anything up
They
there.
asked her. They said, "Do you have a change of clothes, ma'am?" She said, "No, I'm not changing." They like, "Look, you got to go." Well, where does it say it? Right on the wall, ma'am. She had her butt cheeks
What
out.
did it say?
She just it said that listen, you can't be having no shorts under over a certain, you know what I mean, that high.
Oh.
Her shorts was like, oh man, I got the video. That shit was crazy though. I was like,
Is
wow.
is YouTube friendly though, right?
No.
Oh,
No, I
damn.
can't play.
So then,
It's
yeah,
not you.
if she wearing
She had the
clothes that's not
she had the coochie cutter shorts, like,
she wearing stuff like that. Then okay.
and she was like, no, I'm not leaving the gym. They're like, yo, you gotta go. If you don't want to change, you got to go, ma'am. You can't just be showing ass in the gym now. Come on.
You're not going there to work out because as a heavily endowed person, you already know you need like those thick, supportive kind of sports bras just in order to really get a good workout in. If you're trying to do cardio, so for the women that are just showing it all out there, you're not coming there to work out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was just ass
So
cheeks.
what is gym dress code though?
It depends if you're a man or woman. Clearly,
That too.
I mean, how little you gotta think about how little clothes do you need to be having on?
I mean, I believe men
you want to
don't
have
even-
something comfortable
men don't-
on, free.
I believe men don't even have tops on when they in the gym, LA. So I don't know.
Yeah, they do. They have to.
They take
Men,
them off sometimes.
men do have top. Men, I think it's part of the rules. Men have to wear tops, so they wear the athletic tees or whatever the case may be. But men have to wear
Those
tank
tank
tops
tops,
or tank tops and stuff. They have to wear tops.
They be
Usually
in that
they'll wear
mirror.
like compression outfits, compression shorts, compression shirts. So if
I
you
don't have a
are a
problem
man
with. I don't
who's
have a
worked
problem
out,
with that. Little
but
dry
and
fit
again,
joint.
there's also the sweatpants. Let it be wintertime and you're working out, you're wearing a hoodie, you're wearing sweatpants. But there are the, like you said, for the situations of a lot of men, they'll strip off completely the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. A lot of
In the
people are like,
gym.
is it insecurity?
Because men
or
don't got titties.
if you
most
don't
men.
Have you? Oh, okay.
Traditionally,
I'm glad
men
to
don't
clear
got
that up.
So they in the
Estrogen be
gym
showing
now.
on a lot of these men.
Never know.
They be
You also
having those
have nipples?
goddamn tank tops with the little ass.
I don't know what they call them,
things,
girl.
and I don't know, man. Those gym outfits.
You sound a little too excited. Relax.
Yo,
brother,
listen,
relax.
I had to clean up when I started really like searching like to figure out what the yoga situation was, right? And so now my algorithm started changing. Next thing you know, I see nothing but half naked men. I was like, what is this? I was like,
You know
why
what
you need to?
I don't think that's the reason why, Sherrod. Though
Yeah,
you tell them
that is-
I don't
something.
understand like
It is
why.
kind of strange though, because like I pick up my daughter from her middle school, and there's like an adjacent street where there's another school, and when we're getting out, they're usually running like they're doing like their little cross country stuff or whatever. Like they have this little trail, that's kind of flagged off, and you can see them. And sometimes the boys don't have shirts on, and my daughter was like, "Why aren't they having shirts on?" Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I had to really think, like, is it really like acceptable or something that we should be like, well, it's a dude, like, he's got nipples, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, they're not breasts, but they kind of are, you know what I'm saying? And he got his shirt off, and is that okay for them to do, but not okay for her to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
I had to break that down. And I was like, yeah, sometimes people they act like the shirt is just so hot, you know what I mean, that they just can't take the heat, you know what I mean, even though it's just a fucking t-shirt. Like, it's a t-shirt, it's not that
because women got
deal, but they
breasts.
still be like, let me take
y'all
it
still have
off.
nipples.
Y'all got
What
nipples.
y'all
Everybody
got-
wants the Baywatch moment. Let's be real.
My daughter is
Everybody
like,
wants that
she's almost
Baywatch
13.
moment where
She
you
sees
are
stuff.
taking the shirt off. The men want to look good, especially a lot of people when they know they worked hard, especially gym people, right? When they know they worked really hard on their body. You got that six pack. You're not gonna not just show it because it's not appropriate. You worked hard on that. Even
But
look at
that's
Drake
not-
when Drake
that
bought
is
his six
crazy.
pack. Drake wanted to show that for no reason.
And if
That's
y'all
not the
listen,
same
we're
as a
I'm
woman.
worried
with
about
a
Rogue.
chest out.
I'm worried about
Yeah,
Rogue.
that's not. Yeah, she want to let them ladies out, is what she's saying. In
Not
other
at
words,
all.
she
Not
wants
at
to
all.
let those ladies loose. Like
Nah, because most people act
Cause
like they don't even
accidents
know
and
what to
shit.
do when you see just
Ooh.
an inch of cleavage. Nah.
wardrobe slip.
Hey, but listen, in New York, you could walk around topless even if you're a female. By the way, it's a law. You can walk around topless in New York as a female.
As a female,
I do find it weird that that men seem like it's okay to just be walking around in sneakers, shorts, and no shirt. That shit is weird to me. Like, I had to clean up my algorithm. I was like, hey, this is weird that so many workout videos is goddamn men shirtless. I didn't understand it for the life of me. I didn't get it. And it's clearly is a normal thing, especially in summertime in New York City. Izzy understands this. When people playing basketball, they got the pull-up bar. It's just a normal thing. They walk around with they have a towel on their head and basketball shorts and a pair of Air Force Ones. It's definitely a normal thing. But I do find it weird now that I'm much older, to be honest with you. I don't want to see your half-naked ass working out. Absolutely not. I can't stand those goddamn biker boys that's on the pedal bikes in New York, and they got to wear those goddamn spandex. Bro, yo, you come on the train with those spandex one more time, bro, trying to stand up in front of me. We fighting, bro.
Wait, they,
Why they standing up in front of you, bro? Why they standing up?
I literally almost had a fight. I was like, yo, bro, you can't stand right here, bro. Like, nah, I don't care. we about to fight.
He on the train like this.
Yo, trying to get his balance.
Somebody clip him dancing right now.
There he is.
That was crazy.
You know that's how the train. You know how the train moving.
You got to readjust yourself to keep your balance.
Shit.
I was like, bro, we about to squabble on this train. I promise you, this is not the day. Why you on the train like this, bro?
But do y'all think it hasn't, like, going back to, like, you know, the professionalism and especially in education, do you think that it has anything to do with the age of what teachers are? Because, like, even I was thinking about it, like, most of my teachers, I could tell that they was grandparents or something. You feel me? Had gray hair, you know what I'm saying? Wrinkles, like all that stuff. They wear this little sweater vest with the apples and the ABC.
It definitely does. She's right.
No. Yeah, now they're all younger.
Younger, yes.
And I'm just wondering if that makes a difference. Go ahead, Sharon.
Yes, it does. Go ahead. No, it does. So this is go ahead, Sharon. I'll go ahead.
So this is how I look at it, right? So the problem is our lenses of how we look at it. When you see Walt Clyde Frazier when he was 20 years old in the NBA, that man looked like he was 62 years old. So I'm telling you, back then in the days, even though they looked like they was 60, they was really only 25, 30. It's just something with our lenses, I promise you.
But they have, but the point that I think she's making is that they were still, even maybe they were in 60, maybe they're 50, but they had grandchildren, they had responsibility, they were modest. So a lot of these younger teachers, these teachers are younger in their 30s, in their late 20s, and so they're dressing more free, they're dressing more their age, and they're looking young as well. Because I'm gonna be honest, I've caught myself saying, damn, why my teachers ain't never looked like that? Shit, when I was in school, all them bitches was old. And they ain't look good at all.
Even
like
office,
shit.
Even office wear, because I think that shit is before the sexual revolution. And, oh my bad, I didn't see your hand.
I ain't seen your hand. And we talking about teachers.
The counter is covering her.
And we didn't see her raise her hand. And we talking about teachers. That's crazy.
I'm trying to be polite and not jump over people. But no, it has nothing to do with the age. Most teachers started at the same. When you go to the Little House on the Prairie, most of those teachers started at the age of 20.
Right. I don't think it's the age as in the. I don't think it's the age as the person. I think it's the time. Like people are more like people wear more provocative shit than back in the days.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Did you see? Go ahead, Rogue. See, so I could jump in on this. Go ahead, Rogue. Me and Dr.
I was really about to say the same thing. As far as outfits change, because LA was talking about the spandex. We already know after the panoramic happened, all the clothes started having a lot more spandex in it. There are just fashion changes as far as what people were deeming as appropriate and not appropriate. For most people, appropriate, because listen, hold on, this is my generation. What most people in my generation was deeming as appropriate, as long as I'm not showing too much up top, if I'm not showing too much on the bottom, if the clothes is a maxi skirt, it doesn't matter. If my arms are covered up, I could wear a jean jacket, I could wear a blazer. As long as I'm covered up appropriately, that was deemed as professional. That is why the whole conversation of what is appropriate versus professional are two different things.
Hey, listen, back in the day, they were not dressing all covered up. I don't know what past y'all was with. They used to look like
The teachers
Superman.
did.
They used to look like Superman back in the day. They used to wear their underwears on the outside of their spandex.
You talking about cameo? Come on, man. Hold on. First of all,
they did. That's what happened.
hold on, but not the
hold on.
teachers.
I
This
ain't finished
guy's
cooking
bugging,
those
bro.
old ass people yet. It was a bunch of old ass degenerates. You know,
That
they
New
used
York
to look
school
like
system, huh?
cameo.
Yes,
They used to look
it
like cameo with their goddamn red underwear on the top. They used to look like Eddie Murphy with all that goddamn pleather on because they couldn't afford real
Not the
leather.
pleather.
Not the
No
teacher.
Hey, first of all,
Now you
wait, hold on.
reaching.
Hold on, you lying, man. Not
Because
the
we talking
teachers.
about
Hold
all
on real quick.
together. We ain't
Not
talking
the
about
teachers.
just
No,
the
we talking
teachers.
about teachers.
I
We
was
talking
not
about
finished.
hold on. Lauren was talking about teachers, and I was talking about teachers, right, Lauren? Because my teachers didn't do none of that, wear nothing. They was old white women, generally speaking, with the apple shirts that she was talking about and them floral patterns. I got so sick of floral patterns, I said I'm gonna kick another person they wear a floral pattern.
This is
They was
flower
wearing them old and they smelled like mothballs and ligament. So I don't know what you talking about. There ain't nobody wearing no drawers on the outside of no teacher. What are you talking? What school did you go to? You must have went to Erasmus Hall.
And you know what though? Outside of being professional, people just dress less conservative in general, bro. Like you see the shit people be wearing, that shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's for some occasion it's good, but people be teachers wearing the tight fitted stuff, the mini skirt, blazer and skirt type shit. I just actually looked it up on Chat GPT though, right? And it said yes, people dress less conservative overall, whether it be professional or casual. But people are more, it said people more expressive. We talk about sexual revolution. People just showing more shit now, you know what I mean?
But it's not appropriate for children. At the end of the day, we can all
Right.
agree on that. The
Right.
children should not see the outline of a teacher's body, male or female.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Mhm.
Damn, I was gonna say something else. I lost it.
They was
Sorry.
nasty back then. They nasty now.
Of course, it was nasty, but they didn't show you they was nasty. It was just nasty on the low.
But I think people in general was more
Whoa.
conservative back in the days, man.
Nah,
Yeah.
I really don't believe that though. Like if we just talking about in general, like the people, right? But we just take it off of teachers. We just talking about the general population. I don't think they was more conservative dressing at all. That's when they started dressing more scantily. Like people will leave their house, like the younger people, they leave their house dressed all nice, and then 2 blocks later they had a change of clothes. They roll up their skirt. So people always was dressing a certain way. It's just that we did not have the media platforms to expose it the way how we expose it now, in my opinion. People always dress short outfits, always. And dressing shortly and provocative is just a young thing. That's what young people do. Like when I was younger and I used to see, in the wintertime, women used to be in goddamn skirts that was like, I don't know, maybe 5 inches past their cooties with no stockings, just so they could look cute inside the club, but they freezing outside the club. So it's just a thing that young people do. They wear less clothes.
Hey, Shwan, those were called.
Can I read something real quick?
Those were called horse.
Damn.
That's just for the record.
But even
They got,
the
got a name for those women. Those are called.
Slurs.
I didn't know that was the expression name. I used to just say, hey, nice beautiful lady. I know that,
Hey, you was coming with flowers and candy and shit.
Absolutely. I treat everybody with respect until they show me otherwise.
So, off of what Witch Doctor was also reading from chat, I also found professional attire has shifted from rigid, formal dress codes like suit and ties to a more flexible business casual and smart casual standard, driven by the tech industry, remote work, growing focus on employee comfort, flexibility, inclusion, from, like I said earlier, the panoramic, being a major catalyst for a more relaxed approach. While the definition of professional dress varies by the industry, the trend is toward incorporating more comfortable fabrics, like LA was saying, the spandex, and functional designs, even as formal wear persists in some traditional sectors. So pretty much it's a mixture of, again, these people, one, don't know the difference between what is appropriate versus what is professional. And then again, there is a comfort in there. A lot of people are just dressing what they would wear that makes them feel more confident or more comfortable.
But it makes me think as well, because like I moved away from a small town because I wanted more diversity and things like that. They had a problem, I mean, even the students have a dress code, you know what I mean? If the girls, if they're wearing shorts or skirt, their hands, it can't pass, the fingertips, like there's a standard because, and especially around, I like that, the panorama. Is that what you said? Yeah, around that time, when people were going back to school, I mean, it was even to the point where they had a problem with braids with beads in their hair and colors and things, like, because it was distracting. So we gotta, we just gotta keep in mind, if you can have whatever else in your closet, but when you come to school, your job, where your whole main focus is to educate and have, like I said, these people focus on specifically the subject matter and not you and what you got on, why not, get some, just a standard little, what you call a uniform, have you a pair of navy slacks, black slacks, khaki slacks, same thing with, with certain skirts or whatever, rotate them mugs. Cause I'm telling you, I would feel totally different if you went to meet the principal of the school and she was dressed like that.
Which some are. So I saw some super chat.
I'm glad my kid's principal was a part of our friend circle. So yeah, we was all up in the network, and she was very much just simple, certain colors, just because she was about business. And I think it really was effective with how the kids actually respected her because of how she was dressing.
Yeah.
Did y'all want to read the super chats before we get too behind on them?
Oh, we got some.
Let's read the super chats.
We got like what, 5 of them? Right. Let's do it.
Show to West Coast Freezer. He said in the gangway, posted up. You know what I'm saying? He's posted. Hey. Appreciate you, Freezer, for the support, and show the A motherfucking dub. You know what I'm saying? This nigga hunts whales and shit. He said, Izzy, was that turkey legs? I was 20 from my
20 inches from my screen.
Oh, 20 inches from my screen.
He's talking about the pictures. A-Dub, go away.
Step away from the lotion, bro. Step away from the lotion. Back up.
Go get back to that water.
I appreciate you for the support, Brody. Show the Chanel's reality. She said, hey, favorite doctor. Hey, Rogue CNLA. Appreciate you. Nobody else is really important.
Wow, really? That's how you feel? Yeah, Chanel. Wow, that's crazy.
She said, leave Drake out of this. What? At least Drake, man, shirtless, man. Wait a minute.
I don't know, Chanel. Those little fake abs. Those
hold on, which doctor? Was your
implants?
Was your English teacher, your reading teacher? Was they wearing scantily clothes or?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, definitely. I can tell by
Reading Rainbow.
Man, I know
he was focused on in English.
I know Sharon. Yeah, Sharon. We'll catch him up. He'll slip up.
Wait, for a man that don't read his own super chats, I know he ain't talking. Come on now.
I did want to say thank you, because when y'all had y'all moment last week, I didn't get to say thank you for a Cash App that I received. Okay. So we're gonna take it back to last Thursday real quick. Thank you, Melvin. I'm not gonna say your full name. You had donated $5 as a super chat or a Cash App as well. So thank you. Saying, hey there, lady, you are doing great.
And shows her to Chanel. She said, Sharon has a bird chest, so cover up, man.
Well, you got
it. And I think this is from Izzy. This is Bishop J. Jermaine.
Yeah. He said, because I rocks like that, LOL. What? Watch your panel be. Shout out to that. Hey, yo, listen. Make sure y'all support the show, support the stream. You know what I mean? Ismailite Nation, stand up. Let's represent strong out here. Appreciate you, Bishop J. Jermaine. Thank you, bro.
And also, you can always hit the ladies' Cash Apps as well if you are liking what we're doing.
Yeah.
But hit the ladies, tip the ladies too. You know what I'm saying? The Cash App is, you know what I'm saying, right here. And we could also post it in the chat too. Y'all ladies post y'all cash app in the chat.
I got you, LA.
Thank you. Yeah, I
So
don't
what
know.
is the next topic?
Yeah,
Where's
your
the
damn
next?
nails. Hold on. Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Just while
damn.
you type. Just while you type. Sorry. Sound like
I was gonna do
Yeah,
it.
don't even tell me I got a little bit of what you call it. Y'all just set
What's
me up
that?
for you.
what?
What happened, man?
No, it's all good. Yo.
Yeah, nobody was even looking.
Yeah.
So you got away with one. Nobody was even looking. Nobody caught that but you, bro. You
By the way, my allergies is crazy. If y'all see me sniffing anything, is this right here.
coke. It's coke. It's cocaine.
It ain't the booger sugar. It ain't the butter.
He's in
Yeah,
love with
Georgia
the
is
cocoa.
crazy right now.
Why? Look at you. Why
Yeah.
you playing with your nose?
Right. What's your excuse?
Your nose looking a little red, Rudolph.
Damn.
Rudolph is crazy. What's the next topic, though? The next topic was
Y'all done talking about the thick women? Thick.
yeah,
Women's.
there comes.
You don't want to show my friend
Yeah, we want to see your friend.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
show my
yeah,
friend right
yeah.
now.
an
yeah.
alternative of like how she dresses
Post
around
your
her
friend.
students.
Yeah, poster.
Where you sending? This your share
To
it.
your IG.
Share
You
my.
don't want to
Put it in the
share
back.
it.
Put it in the back. The private chat.
Damn. Hold on.
Oh, that's your friend. That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Put it up there. Let the world see. Let the world see her friend.
Yeah.
I'm
Share it.
nosy.
You don't have to
And
play
I gotta log
anything.
in. Do I gotta log into IG to show it?
What's going on?
You should, if you can see your message.
Why
What are you
so
doing?
close? What are you doing?
Oh, he wants to see my friend. Hold on. All right, I'll work
He's
on
trying
that.
to find
Give
a
me a second.
wife.
Oh, let me
That's
check.
when I-
No. These YouTube streets on that. That's how rumors get started. Let's don't
But
do
that's
that.
not. She not on YouTube. This is just LA's friend.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to see what.
Yeah, she's
You
not
know,
on
I gotta go close because I can't see that good. So I didn't get up close on it.
Oh, Izzy.
Look at the lip lick. Why you looking? What's going on?
I didn't hear you, LA. Say that again.
Say Izzy. Izzy.
Is he
Fine.
what?
Y'all love yous. Okay. I'm gonna be messy for a
I gotta
second.
get up close on it. Let me see what's going on. Let me see.
See, I hate this. Whenever I clear or my history, then it logs me out of Instagram. I'll figure it out. Give me a second. Or can I put it up to the phone like Izzy did?
It's on the
I mean,
screen.
Oh, there we go. Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my friend. And she
Okay.
teaches in the elementary school district. I'm not sure which district in Jersey, but that's how she dresses.
Does she know Chicago Rilla? This is Chicago. You know what? Let me not do that. Let me not be.
I don't know who
Why
she
would
knows.
you get a
Jump
purpose?
into Chicago.
I got a few different. I mean, that's her whole like.
That's kind of
You know,
old.
let's get off of it.
It's
That's
very
kinda-
old time.
But she's
That's
We're
kinda
not trying to
old time.
incriminate.
she's
That's old.
like in her
That's old.
early 40s, you know.
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's
she's
kind of old time. I thought I'm
she's
gonna
being-
see something, man.
Now,
You
that's
know.
an old
No,
post.
she's
That's an
thick
old
though.
post.
She got body, but the way that she, like I
See,
said,
I
when
like the way she
puts
covers it up.
together.
Yeah,
But yeah, for sure. So it
And
doesn't
that-
always have to be because
and that old school hairdo.
No.
Yeah, you ain't know nothing going on.
Nah,
over
the
there.
real, the real
don't
shit
sleep
is, though,
on
like,
don't sleep on my sis now.
Alright,
why-
tell-
why
tell-
do
Like I
you
said, that's
think
what she
see
looked
that
like when she go to
messiness?
work.
Yeah, I
When she
seen her.
off
I'm
work.
looking at her other pictures. She, you know,
When she off work, she jazzy. But she
she
does have an
high,
older
she
soul.
high.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I like women like that. I like women that hold it down and they be like surprise. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
Chicago,
Like,
we
That's what I'm
seen- hold on,
saying.
hold
That's-
on.
that's
Hey,
shawty right
Chicago,
there.
we seen you. That's how you
oh
got it.
no, like come on,
And then you
man.
would like to have your
Come
other
on,
friends
Sharon,
wear
hold
some
it
shorts
down,
and
B.
some
Hold
chats
it
or some
down.
cash
Hold
apps.
it down. Hold it down. Come on, man.
Make sure you're hitting the
Hold it
like on
down.
your way in. And again, if you would like your
Hey, Rosie, that was
comments
not
read.
the appropriate time to talk about somebody hitting the like. That's how somebody got caught out there because Witch Doctor too damn nosy.
He didn't get caught. He didn't get caught. What he got
Nah,
caught doing?
look, Sharonda told on him. Sharonda snitched on him. He said, "We got caught." Sharonda basically say, "Come out, man. We got caught. Come out. We got
We
look. We got
We.
caught." Sharonda.
Quick pause for the cause. Thank you, Miss Joyce, so much for your $5 cash app. She said a tip for tonight. Tip.
Uh-oh.
Hey, let's go.
She said she said the tip.
Just a tip.
Pause.
Hey.
Hey, yo, when I was
Thank
younger,
you, Miss
that's how.
Joyce.
Oh, never mind. Hey, y'all make sure y'all support the show, support the stream. You know what I mean? That used to be the
Y'all
line
are
back in the
old
day.
tonight.
Hey, that used to be a line back in the day. Hey, girl, you know,
Yeah, but
Back in the day,
you know, I know you
Still a
can't
line.
take.
That's
I
still a
know
line.
you can't take the whole thing. So let me just put this.
back in the day, that's all.
They look at it
YouTube
like,
got to offer.
wait, where you about to put that? No, girl, let me. And then before you know it,
Pineapples. This is getting weird.
Yeah, all up and through there. Okay.
ooh-wee.
Yes. Okay. Chicago really does know her. Yeah,
You know
that's
that.
love.
You see this guy, Sharon,
Yeah.
bro.
Coach K used to manage her. Yeah, she used to rap.
Who Coach K?
Coach K. Jeezy Coach K.
Oh, I thought you talking about Coach K from our space. You know.
No.
Oh, also, thank you,
Coach
Coach
K
K
was
knows
was Jeezy's manager when he first came out.
Thank you, Miss Joy. Again, thank you so much for the love for the ladies. Thank you, Miss Joy, for the $5 Cash App as well. Tip for tonight.
Thank you. All right.
Tell some-
But yeah,
tell
I
some
think
love
that
to
she
the
does.
ladies.
I think she does a
Right.
really good job because, like I said, she's a very attractive young woman. She was in the music industry, but now since she's, when she goes to the museums and she goes out and about on town, she's different. She dresses different. But when she's in front of her students, she wants them to focus, and I appreciate that about her. So
And I
thought
think
that was a
that's the
good
whole
example.
point. Because, all jokes aside, when it comes down to the kids, you do want to make sure that they're gaining the information. Because I don't think it's really anything outside of just people. Because, like I said, the people we see, they're also posting this on Instagram. So we can't necessarily take out the attention seeking out of it. I don't want to just act like this is the everyday teacher either. I hope that's not the case. My son's teacher doesn't dress like that. But they be dressing fly. I'm not going to lie. There's some fly dressing teachers.
So, okay, let's just say hypothetically, little man's going to the next grade and his teacher does dress like that. What would your first thought be? Or would you do anything? Would you say anything? Would you ask for him to be switched to a different class? Because parents can do that. I don't know why they think that they can't, but you
I
can.
would just ask if we could just switch classes. Because again, I'm not really just big on causing a scene. And I'm also just like, listen, let's not do, if we don't have to do any confrontation, if that's how you feel comfortable, if your employer says you cool dressing like that, then cool. I'll just go ahead. Can we switch teachers?
If my child was a teen, I'll probably switch teachers. But if they're just a kid, it probably
You don't
ain't
want to
even.
introduce it to them though. Certain things you want to keep children in a children's. I guess at least that's what I'm thinking. Like keep them in a child's mindset.
I won't change the class. I might go and ask the principal or somebody to, have a dress appropriate or something. But I wouldn't do the extreme like changing class unless my kid is like a teen and they clearly know what what I'm saying. Their brain is thinking a certain way already because they're a teen.
Right.
Then I would make a drastic move like changing my kid out of the class. You know what I mean?
Just curious. I always
you have girls, so let's switch it. If the teacher was, I guess men aren't ever going to be in a professional setting wearing gray sweats, but if he was wearing fitted outfits,
now they be wearing joggers out there, child. The gym teachers are usually guys, and that's how I found out that one of the teachers who likes to wear the tight pants, my daughter told me that her work husband was the young dude with the dreads that always wears the jogger sweats and stuff that works
the joggers and the dreads.
Wait, whoa, huh? Wait, what?
How they know all this, I don't know. And that's what I'm saying. They be acting like they're friends instead of
her daughter's teacher's work husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my daughter's teacher's work husband. Because they would stand and open the door for all the kids to get out the car. So they'd just be standing out there with their little coffees and stuff, and she'd be having her lashes on, and like I said,
why you have to do the lashes like that?
Let me ask y'all this: Do they let the teachers wear lashes? Is lashes like non-professional or something?
When I'm
just breaking it down. She's jazzy, and like I said,
I'm asking because I don't know. Because the lashes phenomenon is like some recent shit.
When they start they're not recent. Lashes have been around, but when
I'm talking about the lashes epidemic. The lashes epidemic. Everybody didn't have. Oh, yeah, you got it. You got it.
No, only certain women used to wear lashes. It
This is what
wasn't
I'm saying. It
everybody.
wasn't everybody wasn't rocking lashes, but I want to hear. You know what I mean? Go
One,
ahead.
again, yes, most of these women nowadays, that is a part of a regular beauty routine, whether it's the strip lashes, lashes you put on yourself, or if you go get them professionally done. There is an appropriate length and an appropriate thickness of the lashes. The ones that you're seeing where they are just looking like butterflies on somebody's eye, no, that's not appropriate.
So how would you
But-
know before? How would you know before you go to work? Because work, you got a dress code. You know what you could wear. Do they tell you the length of the lashes? Do they give you like a chart or some shit?
I mean, if you're buying your lashes, I mean, yes. To answer your question, long story short, yes, you can pick the thickness, the length, you can pick everything about the lash.
No,
The
I'm
people
talking
who
about
are getting the-
I'm talking about your bosses at your profession. Do they give you do they put lashes in the dress code?
No, it's not, because I work for the school system. No, that is not going to be part of the professional dress wear. But if your makeup is too loud, if your makeup is too exaggerated, your boss does have they do have the authority to come and be like, hey, you know, you're kind of looking a little, I'm gonna need you to tone that down.
Now, when their eyelids get stuck together, they're gonna think somebody did them wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Like one time, I swear to God, if I'm lying, I'm flying. I don't got wings. This girl eye was stuck. I was like, see, that's what you get. Her eyes was stuck. She couldn't open her eye. I think I'm blind. I'm like, I don't know how to help you. The lashes stuck. Yeah, the glue stuck. I was like, hey, I don't know.
Yeah, that's too
I
much.
didn't say that for that to be the main focus. It was
I
just
don't know what I did. I can't help you.
to give you the overall vibe of
Like,
the
she-
individual.
So yes, the same
You
way
know how
with
somebody looking at you, but they not looking at you. You're like, yo, what you want me to do? I can't help you. Like, what am I supposed to? I don't know how to unstick your lashes. I'm sorry.
But that is part of the appropriate versus professionalism. There is such thing as appropriate or professional makeup. And you know, I know what we said, but shout out to you for saying this. When you do wear your nighttime attire during the daytime, that is an issue, and that is coming from people who are in the beauty industry. We make money off of people doing the lash extensions. We get money off of people doing the exaggerated hair, exaggerated makeup, and all that. Right? It's not appropriate for your work unless you
My
are
bad.
a model, unless you are, you know, in other type of industries. But if you're a teacher, a lawyer, all these other professional style industries, no, you shouldn't have the 30 lashes. You shouldn't have the blue eyeshadow.
We don't know what
Right.
you're talking about. Hey, my bad,
Right.
Rosie. I didn't mean to knock your hustle, but the eyelashes do be getting stuck together. But I
I'm
mean
not saying they don't. Trust me, I know they
No,
do.
Bro does it right, okay? So
I be shut like
that ain't her problem.
Listen, you just gotta make sure you go to the right tech. Y'all not going to the right techs.
I don't have a problem with enhancement as long as it's like it looks natural. You know what I mean? It looks good, it blends well. Or even if you get the little individuals just to fill them in, you know what I mean? Like just don't go crazy with it. But
So is it appropriate for a teacher to have a BBL?
Nope.
Damn.
She don't need it. She don't need it. Nope. What's she using it for?
I mean, if you could clearly tell it's a
Oh
BBL.
my god, what is she using it for?
What's she using it for? She don't need it to teach. You don't need a BBL
Not
to
in high
teach.
school.
You gotta
Y'all know
clock
her
out, and
business?
they off all summer.
Whoa, she
you
need a
know.
BBL to
They
teach
are off
high
all
school?
summer. Okay,
Whoa.
She might have a night
Partner.
joking.
No. She don't need no BBL.
You acting like a teacher. See, you sound
Teachers don't
like
get paid enough.
you sound like my little
regardless.
kids. Like the first
Yeah.
time that they saw their teacher at the grocery store, and I'm just like, baby, they gotta eat. Like they're regular people. They gotta run errands, and you know what I'm saying. But they used to be so freaked out. That's Miss So and So. I'll be like, okay, say hi.
know.
Like the fuck.
Children really think that teachers live in the school. Like my son all the time. Yeah, my teacher doesn't
They
live.
have a
No,
life
sweetheart.
outside of their job, just like anybody else. If
Yeah,
they can
but they
make
don't
both
need it.
work, and I don't see a problem with it. But when
Was
you
she
at
a teacher
school-
by day and a Swiffer by night? Is that what she's like? What are we
She
talking about?
teaches night school, Izzy.
Nah, she's a Swiffer. That's called a Swiffer.
A
Lord
Swiffer?
have mercy.
Swiffer.
I like that. She
Anyway.
teaches night school. That's what she doing.
Nah, see, they gonna make excuses. She's swipping. She's swipping, and that's not a good. You don't want to teach just like as a mom, right? All jokes aside, right? As a mom, you want your child to always see you in a certain light and always see you, feel respectful about you. You don't want to know that your teacher was a cupcake down at the boom boom room. Like, yo, cupcake you know what I'm saying, and Diamond and Mercedes and all that stuff and Porsche and stuff at the Boom Boom Room. She can't be no teacher by day. What's she gonna teach
Well,
your
they pay
children how to
teachers
do?
more.
Be on the pole?
So
Pay
only
teachers
strippers have
more.
BBLs now?
No, I didn't say all. To see there, y'all go with the bull. y'all
I'm
don't
just
know.
saying, you saying
Y'all
pay
don't
teachers
know when
more.
it's not.
That's what I'm hearing.
Nah, what? They get paid. Yo, teachers get paid decent money depending on where you live at. Yo, my homie's a teacher. He make like 70,000-80,000 being a teacher.
When
And
you
he's
put
a
all that
regular
money
teacher.
back,
Make money is
Now,
just not
hold on.
glamorous
Now,
job.
granted, it's in Chicago, so there's that.
and when you put all that money back into the school, buying your school supplies and stuff like that, it is problematic.
What school
As
supply?
a teacher, or what do you mean buying all school supplies?
Teachers buy school supplies. Y'all didn't know that?
Well, I mean, yeah, for the classroom. But
Yeah, for the
if you're
classroom.
a teacher with older students, you ain't buying supplies like that. Like that's
Right.
mostly for like a first grade, second grade, third grade. You know, younger kids.
And even that, like they be asking the kids to bring Sharpies and
Yeah,
computer
everything.
paper and all kinds of shit.
Everything. I'm like,
Kleenexes. I'll be like, damn.
Yeah,
Lord, I'm like, am I trying? Are you trying to make me supply other kids? Like my kid don't need all this shit.
Listen, North Carolina, we've had many teacher strikes just because the teachers weren't getting what they deserved as far as pay. And then, of course, you are demanding 20, 30 kids for one teacher. That's a lot. There's a lot of discrepancies in the school system.
Well, in North Carolina, they have a problem with paying the teachers, though. They have an actual issue with that. So in your part of the country, yeah, I can understand that. But for the most part, teachers, if they stick with it, they make pretty good money.
Decent money, yeah. They make decent
Especially in the New York area, that's $100K.
Because y'all bad in New York.
Yeah, well, we got top tier education.
You jumping on the Chanel band. That's always like everybody kid ain't bad, goddamn. Like
In New York, they are.
talk about your own. Because
Yeah,
I wish I would hear something about my kids from the school. What?
Oh, you one of those parents? Wait, you one of those parents?
No, she's
I
not.
don't with my kids, but I get on them about like because I'm like, look, man,
okay.
your teachers are not here to put up with your bullshit. They're not here for you to be calling them bro and all this other crazy stuff. They got their education. You're there to get yours, so you need to be respecting them. You know what I'm saying, and doing what you need to do. And if I hear otherwise, it's gonna be a problem.
That makes sense. I thought you were saying something else. I thought you was going the other direction. Like if they tell you about your kid, you're gonna snap off on them. But
absolutely, that's me.
I will ask some questions.
I'm that parent.
If it's
wait, you the parent that if a teacher tell your kid something about your kid, you gonna snap on the teacher?
You goddamn right.
You use a fool.
I gotta see.
I know my baby would never. My baby would never do
that sounds like something that your kid would do. How you gonna snap on a teacher?
You know your kid bad. You know your
kid is irrational.
Just like you. You know your child just like you, man. What you doing? Like you have fuss at the teacher because
that's right. When they be like, they like, your kid, then we're gonna have to give them some X marks because they ain't do the homework. She ain't doing no damn homework. The hell's wrong with you?
She ain't doing no homework.
Don't be sending my kids with no goddamn homework. Are you crazy? Do not send my child home with no damn homework.
Well, listen, you doing the right thing about homeschooling. Like, hold on. You doing the right thing about homeschooling your kid because everybody got homework, fam. Come on,
my
man.
Kid.
Obviously,
the first thing do email.
Don't send no
homework. Email. See, that's why you need some nails. You gotta.
Yo, I'll be like, listen,
you know,
my kid got a life after school. My kid gotta do X, Y, and Z after school. My kid cannot.
Your kid would have got an F.
My kid cannot be in your school being taught for 8 hours a day and then come home and then I gotta do an extra 2 hours of homework. And
that's why you can't help him do the homework.
And then after that, also I gotta make sure my kid eat for the night. And my kid got to bathe. When do my kid get time to be a kid? Absolutely fucking
on the weekend and on the vacation.
Absolutely not. No, do not look. I'm like, do not send my kid home with any more homework. It's going directly in the trash bag.
F. That's why you had to homeschool your kid because you was trying to get your kid kicked out of school. F.
Right.
F.
See, the way I was raised, if you well, probably after, like, especially when I got like into middle school, right? Because that's when you got to start actually trying to formulate and get your life skills down. So the way my parents were, if school comes first, because you gotta, you know what I'm saying, there's certain things that you gotta do in order to get to the next level, right? But if you want to add in something like sports, whatever, that's fine. You better be able to handle that shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, and if your grades start slipping, you're dropping your activity. You got to be able to handle both, because in life, you got to handle many different things at the same time, Sharon.
Hell no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hell no.
Yes.
Shit, I was able to handle it. You'll be surprised what your kids can do.
Hey, listen, if my kid is excelling at whatever that extra activity is, and that could set them up for their life, and school is going to be the one thing that's hindering them, fuck you in your school.
Wait,
That's like me saying, you know what, daughter, I know you're in
when JP say
and accelerated everything, but let's focus on volleyball. Like, that kind of sounds silly. We can focus on both, and if you focus more on volleyball than your school, you will have to drop volleyball. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
And look at this. When JP say fuck school, fuck school, Yabi. But Sharon could say fuck school. That is crazy. This is a double standard. This is
definitely a double standard. This is definitely a double standard. Absolutely a double standard.
And homework is reinforcement of what you learned during the day.
Absolutely.
And you gonna do that shit by yourself.
Exactly. I already went to school. Exactly.
We cannot act like just because two people say the same thing, that it's going to mean the same thing from those same people. No, it's two different people saying same thing. It's going to mean different things.
No, y'all just share certain ideology.
No, we don't share certain ideology.
Yes, y'all do.
And so this is good, because this goes into experience versus theory, right? And so no, he has a theory about what he's saying. I actually I implemented those things into my children's life. So I have experience on saying, hey, this is the things that you need to focus on, and this is how we're going to get you to broaden your skills. This is how you're going to learn how to speak another language. This is how you're going to learn how to write music. This is how you're going to learn how to write your comic book. She writes comic books. She got full stories.
My son does too.
Right? So no, you can hone in on what is good for your child, because the school is just a goddamn daycare. They teach them things that is not relevant to life at all. George Washington ain't gonna do nothing for a volleyball player at all.
Right, but the thing is, so school, the purpose of school, right? I tell my son, listen, it's a school game, right? And you play the game to win. So this is the thing, right? Before you could be a good leader, you got to be a good follower. Understand that, like Sharon says, not a lot. 9 times out of 10, most of the stuff that you learn in school, you're not going to use. You're going to need to learn how to read and how to understand. You're going to need to learn the basics of math to be able to count money and to do accounting. However, the school game is to win so that you have the most options possible. What else you gonna do but go to school? They lock people, parents up for going to school. And I'm not getting locked up for your ass, kid. No.
That was Kamala. Lock them up.
They'll lock your ass up. You don't go to school. So, hey, listen. So play the game. Play to win, get the most options possible, and that way when you start your business or you start your trade or you want to go and higher education, you always have the most options possible. That's all that it is.
So also I never heard anybody in my long life of history saying like, yo, you know what, that 9th grade homework that I did really helped me out in my life.
Well, okay, so it does help in the sense of, like, if you do go to college, you're going to have homework in college. It helps you if you are someone that wants to, like, certain jobs, you are going to be up all night. Like, you don't just clock out and you're done for the day. If you own a business, you're not going to just clock out and be done for the day.
Look, Sharon lazy as shit.
Maybe now, but when
Sharon is lazy.
Started, you probably put in mad OT.
Sharon lazy. He he clocking out. As soon as 5 o'clock hit, clock.
Because again, the whole point of it is repetition, lazy, and unfortunately,
we actually did the whole clock out. Like, people don't do that. No,
you're doing it on the computer now, but when it's coming out, you definitely have to hit the time card. Or you just slide the time card in like this.
Repetition is an issue with a lot of how American learning is done, because you are learning repetition style. You're learning just so you can pass the test. So I do agree with him in that sense. Like, it's not really helping children get smarter. It's helping them remember stuff.
Right, but it was never supposed to help children get smarter, right? So the truth of the matter is school is designed to teach people to follow orders and to follow rules and regulations, right? That's really the truth. And really it was set up to be able to work in the factories and to be able to do the work. That's when school became mandatory after World War, I think it was World War I or World War II. World War II, it became mandatory because they needed people to be able to work in the factories, to be able to bring U.S. Economy back. And so they needed to train these people. So at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is school is useful at not for much, right? Except for to form good habits. See, what I like about school is I could teach my son the habit of work first, play later. Work first, play later, because a kid's natural inclination, especially a spoiled kid or a kid that has everything, is to I want to play my video games, I want to be on a computer, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to ride my bike, I want to ride my scooter, I want to play. So one thing that's good with my son is because he goes to school, listen, work first, play later. And then you get in the habit of always working first and playing later, and then you could be successful with that one mantra. Not anything else for real, but that one mantra teaches you a lot. And you got to be able to follow directions, because if you can't follow directions, they got a place for you.
No,
you got to be able to follow directions.
Absolutely not. You're only going to follow my direction. Your teacher don't have no authority over you. Absolutely not.
I'm glad you homeschool your kid.
To ever believe that the principal or the teacher has some authority over me. My child called and said, well, what if I get in trouble? The only person you could get in trouble by is me. Not no fucking teacher. Your teacher don't have no authority. If your teacher's doing something stupid and degenerate, you better go ahead and say something, because you're not going to allow no grown-up to take advantage of you because you think they have authority over you because they grown. No, only your daddy and your mama you can get in trouble by.
It's good that you homeschool
everybody else.
Wait, it's good that you homeschool.
Hold on, everybody else is just their opinion, and we don't care about that.
Nah, yo, it's good that you homeschooling your kid, because that is the worst attitude to send a kid to with school, because that's an entitled attitude. So I teach my son to respect the teachers. Now, of course, I say, listen, if they ask you to do anything immoral, anything illegal, or anything outside the scope of what you feel comfortable doing, you don't do it, and then you make sure you come to me and you tell me about it. That I do tell them that. But as far as like bucking up against the teacher, telling them that the teacher don't have no authority or whatever, that's a bad way.
Well, my daddy said
exactly
right.
Exactly. That's right. Terrible.
Hey,
well,
what happened? You want to call my dad? Yeah, call my dad. You ain't going to, because teachers try to play that game too. You want me to call your daddy? You want me to call your parent? And the teacher be like,
my daddy. Call my mama.
But I don't want my child to ever think that means that you are in trouble and you got to try to do something to please the teacher. No, call my daddy. Yes, call him. Get his ass on the phone right mother effing now. You cursing?
Whoa.
Cursing at your black ass. Get my daddy on the phone. Because people don't realize, like, this is what people, a lot of manipulative grown folks, they would use that to try to get kids to do something. Don't make me tell your dad. Don't maybe you want me.
I understand what you're
absolutely
saying,
not. My child is going to understand. I'm the only one.
Okay.
Listen, if that's working for you, that's working. That's what's up.
His kid is at homeschool, so he's just talking at this point.
No, I think that's why he homeschool, so he don't gotta do all that shit.
Right.
But my parents sent me to school, but my mom wishes a motherfucker would. You feel me? Like, she definitely grew up with getting the hit with the rulers and paddles and all kinds of shit. She wished a motherfucker would put their hands on me. But you going to school.
I also want to let y'all understand.
And if somebody starts something with
I got that shit. I got whooping in school too from teachers. You know what I'm saying?
My parents don't go for that.
Hey, look, and so I also want to make sure it's understood that I also had children very young too, so I didn't have the ability to homeschool my kids. And I told my children, you have a problem with your teacher, tell your teacher to call your daddy. Don't allow the teacher to threaten you with me. I'm the authority, not the damn teacher. You call me, say, hey, no, this is what's happening in school. All right, let's go have a conversation with this teacher. Because I know my goddamn kids anyway, like LA said. I know what my kids is doing.
You know what sound right and what don't sound right.
You know, because I'm having a similar issue with mine right now. Like, his teacher tried to run on that, but as parents, there is a balance that we had to instill into my son, where it's like, okay, your teacher is technically, because you're with her 8 hours out of the day, so that is technically the authority that you are around at the time. But when she hold on. But when she starts acting out of order, then me and his dad, we're gonna go ahead and step in. That's never an issue.
Okay,
it's just a matter of when I know, like there was a situation where she told our son that you lied on me. I'm like, my son would never do that because he doesn't even know that. He's 6. So no, we had to step up and we had to buck up and we had to be, listen, no, we're his parents. We'll work with you. If he gets disrespectful, we'll correct it. But we're not going to just have you lying on our child.
So I think the problem that I have is this, right? I look at teachers as I'm paying them. You work for me. I don't work. My kid don't work for you as no damn teacher. You must be out your mind. If I pay a tutor to come to my house and tutor my kid, guess what? I get to tell that teacher what she can say to my child. That teacher does not have no authority. But that's what I'm saying. That's how I approach public school as well. You are it's a privilege to teach my kid. You crazy? You should go play You should go and play lotto because you got my kid in your class.
No, they didn't. I know they hated the day. I know they hated the day. They dreaded the day.
15 of them, like
exactly, with demanding ass parents. That shit is crazy. Hey, shout out to Bishop JJ Man with the $10. Y'all are laughing, but if the situation was reversed, F out of here. Thank you, Bishop JJ Man. I appreciate you, man. Y'all make sure y'all support the show, support the stream, support your favorite content creators up here. Hit the like button on respective channels. Give the ladies some cash apps, man. Support the show. Appreciate y'all.
And shows her the Chanel's reality. She said, Mr. Witch Doctor and the ladies are the best part. Where's the tough talk, Mr. Easy and Sharon? You know what I'm saying? I don't appreciate you, Chanel. So to Taylor Bell, appreciate you, Taylor Gang. He says, show so to the best show on YouTube. Getting together from Voltron, Easy, Sharon, Doc, ladies, and the chat. Salute, enjoy the show. Appreciate you, Taylor Gang. And show so to Chanel's reality. She said, show so to the teachers. They are managing y'all badass kids. Like that's Sharon kids, you know. Sharon is actually homeschooling kids. So yeah, everybody else.
That's another thing too. Like
my child acts all right.
People think that that when you do the right thing with your kids, that you also gotta be very aware of that too, right? Your kids is around some badass kids, right? And it's a bunch of little kids in there that's biting other kids and shit, and they get away with it. Nah, F that. That shit ain't happening. No, punch that little motherfucker in the face.
Oh, yo, wow. You did the right thing.
Yeah, homeschooling is the best bet.
Homeschooling is the best thing for you. You did the right thing, brother. You did the right thing. You're a terror, bro.
Like, I ain't having none of that. Nobody's gonna take it.
Because can they lock you up if your kid? Yes. Can they lock you up if your kid do some shit like that?
Yes.
No, they don't.
No, they can.
Yes, yes, they can.
You can't lock the kid up. The kid is a kid. How you gonna lock?
Depending on what that kid.
And your kid bit my kid, so he got punched.
Bit the
kid. Yes, kids be biters and all kinds of stuff. In there.
Y'all don't really like this. How you y'all listen. And I'm glad he's very involved in the school part of his kid's life at this point in his life. That's a blessing, because when we was younger, it was not so easy to do such a thing. But listen, when you start going to these schools and you see how these kids interact with your normal kid, it's a problem, bro.
Damn.
It's a lot of kids that their mother took Tylenol, and there's a lot of it.
Damn.
I'm tired of these Tylenol babies, bro.
Well, it helps if your kid, like my son goes to a magnet school where, it's very strict and stuff like that. So that helps out. That helps mitigate a lot of stuff. As far as if you put them in certain private schools, you put them in certain magnet schools or gifted and talented schools, depending on what state you live in. So that does cut down on it a little bit. But I think that it's important. What I do think is important is to be in communication with your child, to talk to your child, and to make sure that you have a rapport with your child, that your child is always being honest with you, no matter what, no matter if they think they're going to get in trouble, no matter if they think you're going to be upset with them, but they always be honest and open with you. That's what's really important.
Yeah, but I mean, and the kids are not going to get in trouble. And sometimes diversity is a problem too. Like, I remember my brother had an incident, and this was when we was younger, but we lived in South Dakota. You know what I'm saying? So you can imagine how many Black people were in South Dakota. We lining up to get picked up. Right. And we was two of them, you feel me? And my sister was the third one. So so when we waiting to get, picked up, my parents are in the pickup line, and they can see my brother and this kid standing behind them, keep pushing his ass. Keep pushing his ass. My brother went to go to the teacher. Teacher said something to him, go get back in line. So he got back in line. Little boy pushed his ass again. So he turned around and he punched him in the face. Because my parents told me, you don't start it, but you damn sure finish it. Doesn't matter if you in public school or not, because we ain't gonna be there all the time. I can't always save you all the time. You got to figure it out. But when you come home, you ain't gonna be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because I told you that. Daddy told you that shit. You know what I'm saying? Punch him in the fucking face. Yeah, so it's like, but it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna go back to school and everything gonna be fine.
So Ella, maybe I'm just a little too old school, you know what I'm saying? Because me and Papa sounded the same just now, right? I said the same thing, like, no, Dad.
Yeah, but he's not gonna put us in homeschool just because. I mean, that was in public school too. Knock that nigga out. Like, shit, do what you got to do. If he messing with you,
absolutely,
and you are not going to be in trouble ever with me.
Well, it's the crazy thing. Your kids would get into less altercations if you homeschool.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I can imagine that.
That's a fact.
Do you think that they're never going to have to interact with different personalities and different people ever in their life?
What makes you think that homeschool means that they don't interact with children? So the thing with homeschool, what people always miss is that now you get to choose what children your kids get to hang out with. My kids get to say, hey, you into the same thing I'm into? We can hang out. You got the same shirt like me? We can hang out. In school, you are forced to hang out with people that's most likely not in your best interest at all. And this is how kids get caught up a lot of times in these bad influences as well. So you get to kind of streamline your kids' friends and what kind of activities they into. Then they find other kids that's into the same activities. And usually people that's doing the same activities is a good chance that they are like-minded. And so that's going to breed better relationships because it's no tension and potential fights, because this one has on the latest Jordans and this one had the Skips, and so now the Jordan family is bothering the Skip family, right? So that's the.
How do you get to control that? Are they like in a facility, like you, or because when I'm thinking homeschool, I'm thinking they're at home. So do you take them somewhere?
Right. So homeschool is the technical term, right? So when you go when you take your kid out of school, right, you got to take them out and you say they are being homeschooled, because usually when you take them out, you got to put them into a different school. But no, when you homeschool, you say, I'm taking them out and put them into the home to get schooled. And so now you could find all these things that we take our kids to, like Chuck E. Cheese and Empire Parks and all these activities that's outside that we usually take on the weekends. On the weekday, they give tremendous discounts for homeschool kids. So this is where homeschool kids get to be around each other. So like a skate park, just for example, right? So if it's $20 on normal days, after homeschooling, which is around when they open 10, 12 o'clock, you could go to there. And so since business not booming, they let you get in there for $5. So
because I was thinking like a Kumon Academy, like those type of schools. Or
no, I'm talking about homeschooling.
I know what you're talking about. I think those are
right.
More like
and so also not only that, so all you gotta do is prove that you're homeschooling your kids and you can get it, right? Also, your local library do events every day for homeschool kids.
Mm-hmm.
Damn near every day.
Once
you start being around other homeschool parents as well, they look just like you, Rosie, looking as beautiful as ever. Y'all start having conversations. Next thing you know, y'all got like 30 kids going to the goddamn zoo for $5. And now all the kids is doing. Now they teaching each other, because now it's kind of like it turns into a Montessori type of thing, because some kids are going to be older than younger, because you homeschooling your 3 kids, you got 2 at 8, you got 1 at 10. So now the 10-year-old can help out with the homeschooling as well. So it turns into a blendedness of human beings working together instead of this separation that we think homeschool is. Actually, you get more interaction. They could be themselves.
We got some super chats. Y'all want to read them? You're muted. You're on mute.
You muted, Doc.
Oh, my bad. Y'all want to get into the super? We kind of just. Oh, y'all want to wait till it pile up? We
can wait till it pile up a little bit.
I was going to say, because we changed subjects. I didn't know if it looks like some are pertaining to actual conversation, so I didn't want to. move past it.
Yeah, we better make sure we get everybody supers in. What is the next subject? Y'all trying to move forward from the
I
next?
mean, if the super chats are, well, I can't really see them, but if they pertain to the topic before we move on, hit them up.
Yeah.
And
Y'all support the show, support the stream, man. Make sure y'all support the show.
Because like Brownsville dropped one and it looks like it's supporting what this conversation
Oh,
was.
y'all saying y'all want to get to the super chat?
yes.
So the homie West Coast Freezer in the motherfucking house. He said we're in an era where parents want to be friends with their kids, and that's bad for business. Gang. Appreciate you. And I do agree with that shit. I do think you should be friends with your kids, but you still should have certain type of boundary. But your kids should be able to trust you like the way they would trust a friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can't. But the thing, DJ, you can't be a friend with your kids, but you could be friendly to your kid. You could have a rapport with your child, and they should be able to trust you. But you absolutely cannot be a friend with your kid, because if you be a friend with your kid when it comes time for the boundaries and when it comes time to put the hard lines in, then it's problematic. It's problematic.
Could you be friends with your woman?
Yeah, I think you should be friends, but this whole best friend thing that they talking about, no, I don't think you could be.
I
best
think you
friends.
could be I think you could be two. I think you could be two things. You could be a friend and still a parent. You just have a different kind of boundary. All my friends ain't got the same boundaries with me.
Nah, I know, but it's different. I promise you, DJ, it's different when it comes to your children. If you even if you're too friendly with your children, right? It's a natural inclination in children to see how far that they can take stuff, and when you're too friendly with them or friends with them, it messes them up like mentally. It's something I can't give you the technical term or what it does, but I know that it's short sight. It's short. They'll be extra sensitive. They'll feel a type of way. They'll feel betrayed. They'll feel like you did them wrong because it's the boundary that you have to set at parent is way beyond friendship. Like you because sometimes it's just sit your ass down and shut your ass up. Sometimes it's sit your ass down and shut your ass up. So
There's
when it
friends
comes
you
to
could
that,
tell that to. There's friends that you could tell that.
yeah, but nah,
That's where the
As he said, I'm not one of your little friends.
No, I'm not your friend.
I just look up the definition of friend: a person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection. You know what I mean? Typically, exclusive of. They say exclusive. Okay, I see what it says. Exclusive of sexual or family relation. So you
Right.
got a point. So that means you and your brother or your sister can be friends. They're your brother and your sister.
Well, I mean, you friends. You could be friends with your brothers because
Now,
y'all
if
are
you
more
could
on.
be friends, if you
But
could
listen,
be
but
friends with your
y'all are
brother and
more on
sister,
equal.
you could be friends with your kids.
No,
man.
no, it's not, because friendship is an equalizer, and that's what you fail and realize, right? When you're a friend with someone, you're on equal terms with them. You can't be on equal terms, especially now. Maybe later on in life when you're like 60 and your kid is like 40, like y'all could be cool, y'all could be kind of friendly. But like, yo, when your kid is a kid, especially like teenager, and you got to get in their ass to make sure that they are safe, to make sure they're all right, to make sure that their life is not taken, or that they don't do no stupid shit. Like you can't. There's no room for friendship. It's not.
Can you be friends with your boss?
I don't recommend it. I don't think a boss should be friends with their
I
employee.
think
I'm wondering if it's like an authority.
No,
figure.
I don't think bosses should be friends. No, usually they say that a boss should never, your boss, you should never be friends with your employees, because again, that line is hard to set when you're a friendship, because that's an equal friendship is an
That's what I'm
equalizing
saying.
term.
It's the authority. Like
Right.
someone
You just
has to
gotta
be
say-
above.
I just think you just gotta set boundaries. Different friendships got different boundaries. Y'all making it sound like all friendship got the same level of
Okay,
boundaries.
so
and
maybe I can make you understand like this. When you're just, if you can imagine, you have kids and now your kids' friends are starting to come over. Say they're around like preteen, teenager, and
Right.
they say, "Excuse me, what is your name?" What are you going to say?
Which you say if the kid's friend asks me what's my name,
Yeah, what's your name? What you going to say?
Miss So and
I'll
so.
tell them Mr. Whoever or whatever people call me.
So therefore,
Some
you know
people
that's
don't
not
call.
okay. So therefore, you know that's not a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. I'm
So
not
because
your
you're
friend.
calling them
Not-
Mister, they're not
because
your
you
friend.
could be because if you could be friends with your kid, that means you could be friends with your kid's
Your
friends.
friends.
No,
Right.
not necessarily.
Huh?
What
That
about
don't mean I gotta be friends with my kid's friend.
I didn't say I'm saying you can. I said you can be. So that means if you are friends with your son, right, you could also be friends with your son's friends, and that is going to create a serious issue with the dynamic.
So you're saying
the
that
fact that you would tell your kid's friend that I'm Mr. Doctor, that shows that it is a hierarchy, and that hey, you got to put a different kind of respect. If I catch you smoking a cigarette, you better be trying to put it back. Oh shit, there go Mr. Doctor. You better not be like, hey, you want one?
y'all making it complicated. Y'all making
Nah,
it.
but it's not DJ. But you're wrong on this one, brother. I just gotta tell you, you're flat out wrong. And we're telling you, hold on. We're telling you as parent. We're telling you as parents, and both of us, like one thing. Sharon and I have in common is we have 20-something-year-old children, and we have younger children too, right? So I have children that are 25, 24. And 23 years old, and then I have a child that's 12 years old. So as a parent who's been through it, who understands the boundaries, who understands what works and what doesn't work, that is absolutely a no-no, and one of the biggest mistakes people ever do to try to be a friend to their kids. You cannot.
So even your 20-year-old kids, you're not friends with them.
Hell no, especially not them. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Them niggas die because they get a little dish. You know, when you be too friendly with them, they get shit twisted real quick.
You
gotta let them know.
Friendly. This is what I'm saying is levels of friendship.
But you got, I'm saying, what I'm saying is, see, familiarity breeds contempt, right? And so as a parent, right, there's a certain mystique that your parent should have with you, the same way like the creator has with you. There's a certain mystique that your parent should have with you, that you don't want to cross certain lines or certain boundaries because you have a certain respect for them. The more your kid is around you and like your crew or like your peoples, see, this is another thing. They don't have the same point of references that we have, right? So let's just say something as simple as you might tell, because this is the thing, right? You might tell your kid something that's gonna save their goddamn life, but you may do opposite of what you told them to do, because what you told them to do was right for them, but it's not right for you. But a kid, if you their friend, they don't understand that shit at all. They don't get, they like, but you just told me this and you did that.
Do as I say, not as I do.
And you know, it's a perfect
perfect
example of Doc is like when you had said earlier with me and Jay Prince, right? You said y'all said the same thing, but guess what? Two different bit. It means different things when it comes from somebody. So yes, a non-parent could say something to my child, it's going to mean something. But if I say that to my child, it should mean a lot more to my child.
So I'm just saying there's different levels of friendship. If you could be friends with your boss and there's still a boundary, you could be. I don't see why you can't be friends to your kids and have a certain kind of boundary. Y'all ain't the same age group. It's different. Wait a minute. Let me just finish. Y'all ain't the same age group of friends. It's different level of friends. Maybe Mr. Such and Such next door, he's my neighbor. We friends, but it's not, you know what I'm saying? We not the same age group, so I'll give him a different level of respect because he's an older dude. Like I give my older friends that's of a certain age, I communicate with them and move with them a little bit different than friends of my own age group. You know what I'm saying? Like my peer group.
So you call your pops your friend?
I don't call him my friend, but he is a friend.
And that's the difference.
But this is the thing too.
You cannot downgrade yourself
because he got more than one title. His default title is parent, but his other titles too. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother could be my friend, my sister could be my friend.
No, right, your brother and your sister, because y'all are on equal plane. But this is the thing, right? Real quick, Sharon, I apologize. Yo, you're not supposed to be a friend with your boss. If your boss is a good boss, they would never ever be your friend. If your boss is a good boss, they would never be your friend, because what it is called fraternization. And most companies lean against that and frown against that all the way.
I get it.
Because in the hierarchy of things, once you're familiar with somebody, once you're in that person, like you comfortable with that person, you start crossing lines that you shouldn't cross. That's just how that goes. That's human nature. So that's why you can't be a boss. If you're a good boss, you never be a friend with your employees. You're gonna respect them, you're gonna be kind with them, but you should never ever be their friend, and you should never be a friend to your kids. Okay?
I won't say it can't happen, because you could have a friend and then they hire you. You know what I'm saying? No, y'all not friends no more. Like,
Yes,
I'm saying it could happen.
Not in that capacity.
You're not friends anymore.
No.
Isn't there like a separation between a professional setting and outside of work? Like, I think it could happen. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all are colleagues.
I could agree that it might be a bad idea, but I wouldn't say that it's impossible that it can't happen.
You're not my friend anymore. Once I control your paycheck, and also, like, if you're a good employee, you should also check your boss too, right? And let them know that we ain't friends too. Because I remember when he's like, "Hey, can you do him a favor?" No, I cannot. You could pay me overtime. I ain't your friend.
That's where it gets to.
I'm not working as you're not my friend, because my friend could ask me, "Hey, can you come over to my house and put this AC unit in my crib?" Yes, I can.
I hear what y'all saying,
you know who can't ask me to do that kind of favor?
My boss.
I hear what y'all saying, but I just don't think it's impossible. But I hear y'all. I understand what you're saying.
It's not a good idea. And I agree with what Izzy said earlier. You know, it's better to be friendly than to be friends. You know what I'm saying? Of course, show your humanity. You know what I'm saying? Of course, level with your kid, but there has to be a separation because they're still kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's when they start popping fly, you know, you like, what? Like, wait a minute, you didn't hear what the hell I just said? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
people be friends with their kids all the time, man.
And that shit always works out terrible.
It works. So I would say it works so bad a lot of times. Most of the time. Sometimes I see it don't work. It work out how it work out. You know what I mean?
So tell me this: when you're friends with somebody, are you going to go to them for advice, for like the same way that you feel like you can go to your parents for certain advice, for money, for certain things? Are you really going to go to your homeboy the same way?
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
Okay.
My homeboy helped me fix my credit and shit. You know what I mean? I don't know shit about credit and shit like that.
Okay, I mean, credit is.
Pretty sure y'all got probably some skin in the game. He's not just like, oh, we like each other, I'm gonna help you out. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's still gonna be levels to it all. I don't know.
There's certain things I know I can only ask my parents for. If I needed help,
I want to
hold. Not the same.
I can't ask my home.
But I get what y'all saying. I'm trying to hold y'all up.
$1,000. But I can ask my parents.
Lucky you. I wish I could ask my parents for $1,000.
My bad. We do got Bronxville, and I want to hold y'all up. You know what I'm saying? I understand what y'all trying to say.
Look, this man.
Go ahead on, Sharon.
You got it, Rogue?
I got you. Shout out to Brownsville, New York for the $9.99 super chat. Being married to a 20+ year educator, I can tell you, y'all kids are undisciplined, Brownsville, unlearned, and entitled. The number one teacher should be the father or mother. Don't blame the teacher, blame yourself. See, Brownsville, you be cooking, but
he ain't cooking because my kid is my kid is one of the most awesome kids in the school. That the teachers be like what Sharon said, the teachers be glad to have my kid in the school, and they come up to us all the time. Wow, your son is so good. He's so this, he's so that. You better believe it. So talk to somebody else.
Those are kind of few in between though, because I'm telling you, like as a nail technician, I had a few teacher clients, and I would have to be. I mean, I remember one in particular, Miss Maya. She was young, but she was not ready for the inner city kids. You know what I'm saying? Their attitude, and she really did not know how to get through to them. And she would literally be crying sometimes. I'd be like, Maya, I said, you can't let them do you like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't let them do you like that. Like shit. If it's a day where they act like they don't want to listen, you put your feet up on the desk. You know what I'm saying? You read a book and be like, I got my check. You know what I'm saying? I got my education. Whoever wants to listen, you know what I'm saying? Like it's in your best interest to listen to me instead of giving the teacher all of this flack and all of this unnecessary like pushback. That's one thing that I always tell my kids. And it's like, I'm not telling them that the teacher is the authority over them, but I want them to respect authority. I want them to respect the people who are put into place and who are chosen to instruct them while I'm working or doing other things, and I can't do it. But trust me, when we get back to the crib, oh, what you got in your bag today? We're going over it, because
You
I'm
need to
not
be
just
like that teacher from
depending
Freedom
on the
Riders. That's
teacher.
all.
I'm not
And-
just
and let-
depending on the teacher, but like I said, don't disrespect them, because these people got 15 to 18 kids. They're all coming from different backgrounds. You know, everybody's parents are not as involved as us, and these people they're in control of this situation. So the least I try to tell my kids to do is just to listen and to respect. Go ahead. Izzy.
I'd be
But
like,
this is the hold on real quick, Sharon. This is the thing though. So I'm not trying to make it seem like my kids are perfect or they don't do anything or I don't have any problems with my kids. That would be a lie. Everybody, we're all human beings and nobody is perfect, especially not no kids in 2025, right? Now I've been blessed to have a good kid, a good child, and I'm fortunate he's a good child. Is he perfect? Hell no. Do he be trying to get over just like everyone else? Hell yeah, he trying to get over. But that's what Brownsville said is true. That's the job of the parent to
Yeah.
be on the child and to make sure that they're leading that child and directing that child in the things that's for their best interest. But children are going to do what children do, which is the best thing, the funnest thing for them, the most easiest thing for them. That's what children do. So
And
my
push
son is
boundaries.
no different than nobody else's kid
Hey,
in that
I'm
regard.
That's how children learn. They push boundaries.
I'm gonna disagree with you. My grandkids are the best because I could give them back.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
That's I can't wait. I
We
want to
do
wait,
that to the best
but I
too.
can't wait. So I'm gonna spoil the shit out them kids and send them back home and let them
That's
terrorize
evil.
their parents.
Yeah,
And let
evil.
them terrorize their parents. That's the pleasure for that shit I had to go through with your ass. I'm gonna terrorize your children. I'm gonna treat them so nicely. I'm like, oh, grandpa is just the best man in the world. Grandpa's awesome. Grandpa gotta give them cookies. Grandpa gotta give them candy. Grandpa, we gotta let them jump up and down and send them right to your ass, right home.
Now, my son learned. He
know
learned
crazy,
over the last weekend. We went home to my parents. He learned the parents that I had.
Oh,
you know,
well, he must have
Yeah,
cut
that's
up.
not always
He
a
cut
good
up.
thing.
He met your parents.
Hey,
Well, yeah.
you know-
Hey,
you know
listen, you
what's
cut up, you
crazy
gonna
is-
beat them.
You know, like you know how usually most of the time mothers they say, "Hey, don't make me call your dad," and that makes the kid straighten up.
Wait till he get home.
They be like, "Hey, don't make me call your grandpa." They be like, "Oh, grandpa, yeah. What you?"
You mean to the
Now when grandpa
grandbaby?
Yeah, they say that.
spoiling
Hey,
the kids, they gonna be ready to
people that,
call
the people
grandpa.
that love me, they say I'm kind of mean and grumpy and straightforward, but I don't think
To the
so.
grandkids? You're
You're an
supposed to
old
spoil
man,
the
so what
grandkids
you think
as a revenge to your children for the shit they put you through.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty like straightforward and I keep it very consistent on how I am. So this way, like you know how we was just talking about, like so they can understand that friend boundary, it ain't gonna never happen.
Oh yeah, nah.
So you know, so like I still maintain that even with the grandkids too. Like, nah, we ain't you come to Paw when you need da 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 da. The phone line is always open, but hey, yeah, I ain't no friend with you. You ain't gonna call me or talking about I need a drink.
Well,
that's crazy. I hope your grandkids ain't old enough to get no drinks.
That was kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. When you're able to actually have a drink with your parents.
Oh hell no.
I don't know what
no.
I don't know what
Never.
age. I don't know what
I
age.
would
I love that. Me and my mama was
Yeah, we
homies,
have a glass
man.
of
Like,
Oh hell no, nah, cuz
Yes.
I don't know what
So you
age.
I think
we
it's
just
different
turned
for men.
70. We can do that. You know what I'm saying?
So Iz, I got a question for you because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
probably a little closer to age. So, you 60? Well, you 65-ish. Your kid is 35-ish, 40-ish. Is it okay now for them to say, "Hey, let's go get a drink"?
Nah, I'm not. Nah.
You don't think so, Seth? Because I've been
had so
pondering
much
this
fun
question
with
for
my aunts and
I've been
uncles
pondering this
getting
question
drunk.
for a little while. Is
Not for me.
Because after a while, you can see where it's like the lines get blurred. A little.
Right, it changes. Like the dynamic changes. I admit that. However, just it's weird for me. And my parents, my mom is one of the people who like cool with my friends, and I hate that shit. Like, I don't want to be like, my mom is like one of them cool moms. Like, don't be no cool mom and cool with my friends and shit. Cause you ain't cool with me, you know, when I was younger. But she be cool with my friends and shit. I'm like, nah. So I'm not drinking with her.
Y'all are full of shit. I just want to point out.
Wait, what? How is that full of shit?
Before he tells why we full of that, one more follow-up question for it. What about at the family function? Are you upset that your kids is drinking and smoking at the family function? Because
smoking.
When we was younger, so let me just suck up. So when we was younger, when we had the cousin that was like DJ Wish Doctor, we going to the store. We know what that was really meant to. He ain't going. Yeah, they ain't going for no goddamn walk. We know what they really want. So then when they come back and you recognize your kid is a little bit not acting how you raised, they a little bit.
Right.
I'm not ready. I'm gonna be honest.
What is that situation?
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't had that, and I hope I never have that. I don't know how my hand. Like, I think I'm good in the sense of I realize that my kids are grown, and I stay out their business. I let them do their thing, make their mistakes. I'm like a coach. So if you want to come to me, if you want to call me up, and you want to ask me advice, I'm gonna give it to you if you ask me. But me trying to impede on your business, be in your business, be worried about you, on top of you, I'm not gonna do that. A family function. My family is not like that. My family is like churchy. Like, the family is like churchy. So yeah, that ain't gonna happen. But if it did, I don't know how I would handle that.
I got one more question, because I know Doc want to ask that question. Tell us why.
No, I don't want to ask the question.
Oh,
we can move on after the because we've been hovering over this one for a minute. We can move on.
Well, we get excited. I'm sorry, Doc. See, Doc is the
I'm not a parent, and I don't want y'all to do the purity. I don't want y'all to do the purity testing and try to invalidate what I'm saying. So I'll just sit out until
my bad, brother.
It's just feedback,
Yeah, we all parents, so we all kind of understand. So I apologize. We ain't trying to make you the odd man out.
I actually agree to your point. I said, now that I'm grown, I wasn't my mama's little friend then, but now that I'm grown, my dad would tell me, "Hey, come outside. I'm smoking a cigar. Come outside real quick."
That's why I was agreeing. That's why I was agreeing to disagree, because regardless of what y'all say, I see it happen all the time. So it's like I'm not trying to die on the hill with it. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, but the thing that changes it is I'm an adult.
But we also see bad parents
through some things,
that's a thing too, right? Bad parents is a thing. What about your?
Why you just throw that in there like that, my guy?
Hey, because it's the truth. A lot of people see things, and some people are just horrible parents. They do things with their children that they ain't supposed to be doing. What about your child's spouse? Are you gonna get a drink with your child's spouse?
Nah.
I need to talk to you, Pop. Can we go get a drink?
I mean, I'll probably go. I'll take them to get something to eat, or I'll let them talk to me and take them to get something to eat, or take them on a ride or something like that, or we go hang out or something like that.
35-year-old man, though, right? Let's try to spice him up a little older.
Yeah, take them to eat. I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want, again, my thing is I don't want them to get too comfortable, because if they do something that's going to violate my daughter, then I'm going to check them on that shit. I'm not going to let them violate my daughter. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want them to feel too comfortable like I'm going to side with them, because I'm not. I'm going to side with my daughter. That's my baby. So, you know what I'm saying? So my thing, I'll be honest with you. My thing, truthfully, with me is, and this might be a me thing, I try to keep myself out of situations that could potentially go left. You see what I'm saying? Because I know me. So a lot of times I'll do things to avoid things, so to keep me out of stuff that I really might get in trouble with. That's just how I handle it.
So is it the alcohol aspect that you're just like, you would rather not add that into the mix and rather go get food or something like that to spend time?
I think it's the overall comfortable, like, because this is okay. So I don't know about y'all, but I've been a victim of people lying on me in real life, right? This, is said this, or is did that. Think about this, right, Sharon? So I'm out with my daughter's husband. We're getting a drink. I told your dad such and such, and he said it was cool. I might not have said it was cool, but this nigga lied. Now this nigga put me in a situation with my daughter. Now my daughter looking at me, I'm looking at my daughter, and we got a problem because this nigga done lied on me. You see what I'm saying? And so because I know how people are and I know how dynamics work, I don't let people get unless I can control, and then maybe it's control issues, unless I can control the situation, I don't put myself in certain positions. I keep people at a distance. I don't let people get too close to me. I just don't.
I can level with you on that one because like my bros, like they have relationships now and they seem pretty serious. You know, we spend holidays and stuff together, and you know, I'm getting friendly with the girlfriends, but at the same time, you know, I've had to have conversations with my bros because they be like, "Did you tell her?" Blah blah blah. I'm like, hell no, I never told her that shit.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would I tell her that? You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. But
so
she's trying to fish for information from your brother by using you, and and he know that he was talking to you, so he like only you know that. So now you're in a messed up position. You're in the middle.
Yeah. So I tell them, I was like, I mean, I don't even respond to their text messages and stuff anymore. Like we have, you know, we have phone numbers, and I would love, you know, maybe they have to, you know, go ahead and get married or something like that. But even after that, I still don't want to be all involved. You know what I'm saying? We could be cool, but like, you know, they invite me to go places and stuff. I'll be like, no, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Because if my bros ain't gonna be there, then like, I just, like you said, I feel like they're gonna try to either pump me for information. They're gonna try to, you know, get me to, you know, try to ask me some different questions. It's like you need to ask them. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, or they need to be present so we can all be privy to the information. So I feel you on that one.
I think when you get into the spouses of your kids, it does definitely gets tricky, but you're gonna have to figure out a balance when you could get them comfortable enough to understand the dynamic that you have as well. So it's a very difficult relationship to cultivate for sure.
Yeah, I haven't. See, my kids don't have any children, thank God, yet, and my children aren't in any real serious relationships yet, thank God. So I met my daughter. Shout out to my beautiful baby. Her guy friend is a football player, and so he came to Alabama because he was being recruited or whatever the case may be. So I won't tell y'all the school, but you know, we hung out and stuff. I hung out with him. He was a nice young man seemingly, but I understand how that goes. He's only going to be a nice young man for her dad, but you know, that made me feel good that my baby, you know what I'm saying, she was kind of serious, so she brought the guy around me to see what I thought. You know, that made me feel good. But you know, I asked her, I said, well, you know, what you thinking about, you know, what, and she told me. I was like, okay, and then we talked about it. So, you know, so I'll talk to my daughter, you know what I mean, because she asked me, you feel me, but I'm not gonna just interject or try to impose my viewpoints on her life. It's her life at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
She's grown. She got to make her own decisions. I think as a parent, I know I'm long-winded on this, but let me just close it at this. As a parent, I think that you should do the best job you can when your children are young. Train them up, teach them, guide them, lead them, and be on them. Be strong on them when they're young. That way, when they get older, they are able and equipped to make the best decision possible. So now you're like a coach. They feel comfortable coming to you. They'll come to you. They'll ask you, and then you could kind of guide them and lead them through the way. That's how I think it should be. You know what I'm saying? That's how I run my shit.
My parents now say that instead of a manager, they're an advisor. But I like how, Doc, what you said earlier, because it actually does transition to our next point or our next conversation, and that is experience versus theory. And I think that's a really good example, because when you hear about, like, okay, when someone says experience, and when we have these conversations, especially online, a lot of people want to throw in the intellect versus, well, this is how I know because I lived it kind of situation. So even though Doc hasn't lived it yet as being a parent, he does have a right to the theory of how he would be a parent, or does he? Because again, it's experience versus the theory of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a discussion, but it's like, you know, I get it. I mean, in certain instances, like if we're talking about marriage, like I've never been married, but I've seen it. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with like putting in whatever input that I can contribute. So like, no, like, of course, you know what I'm saying? Like, you speak on it. You don't have to actually be a parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure you got little people in your life, whether it be nieces, nephews, or whatever. I know I was definitely learning about infant care, child care at the age of 10, you know what I'm saying, and beyond. So it's like, you don't have to be necessarily involved in it, but I think you should have some type of exposure to it in one way or another. But it
But
doesn't
that's not
make
even just for parenting. Again, this could be for anything, because a lot of people will say, well, I went to college and I studied XYZ, so I should have some authority in a specific conversation, versus somebody who's like, no, this is my real life. I lived it.
I don't think it's nowhere near this. It's nowhere near the same, right? So I disagree wholeheartedly with y'all. Like, I think that DJ Witch Doctor was wise to say, hey, look, you know, I realize that I'm talking to 4 parents and I'm not a parent yet. This is what I believe. But the working knowledge gives you a whole different perspective, because now this is the truth too. And I'm sure Sharon or people who have multiple children could relate to this. You can have 2 children, 3 children born in the same house with the same mother and father, have the same access to experiences, and they are 3 totally different people, right? And so even the way that you parent those people you have to adjust it a little bit. You can't parent all 3 of your children the same. Like you have to, one child might be outgoing and have a bubbly personality. You could just, you know what I mean? Another child might be shy and more reserved, and so you have to have another child. Another child might be in the middle of both of those and have an attitude problem, or have, like, you know what I'm saying, anxiety or whatever the case may be. So it's like, I think experience, in my opinion, experience is the best teacher.
The only reason why I said I'm gonna agree to disagree is not because, like, I submit to y'all being parents. It's because I wasn't feeling the purity test shit, and I didn't want to die. It's like 4 of y'all, so I'm not, like, you know what I mean? It's pointless. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I was moving it away from just parenting, because I do like how someone in the chat was like, authority yes, credibility no, because that's also a really good point. Because again, not even just on harping on what you were saying, Doc. I just liked how you know what you said, and you stood on it. That was a good transition to our next point. But even, like I said, if you want to say experience versus theory, or even the credibility versus the authority type of situation, a lot of people, like, if we want to take it to dating, just for the sake of conversations piece, when we try to say, well, Izzy, Sharon, Doc, you don't date the men you don't date men. Or then when y'all tell us, well, LA Rogue, y'all don't date the women. Like, we know that certain experiences that we all live through, it kind of doesn't shoot down the credibility of what you're saying, or doesn't give you not the authority to say what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Like my bad, Sharon. I cut you off earlier. You got it.
So I think the person that has the theory, I think they should be in the inquisitive portion of the conversation. And figure out what can actually work for them. So they hearing is point of view, my point of view, LA point of view, everybody that has the experience of whatever that subject is, and you need to feed off of that experience and see how that can relate to how it can work for you and how your personality works, and whatever that other entity is that you are gathering all this knowledge from all these experienced people. But the person that has the theory should not be out there arguing like he knows how to implement what he believes.
He or she knows. Because unless you mean specifically somebody, and in that case you should just, you know. But I think it depends on what we're talking about, because in some instances people might have experience with a thing, and somebody might be new to it and might do it better than them. Like, you could have experience driving, you know what I'm saying? Somebody might be well, driving is a bad example. There's one of them things. There's certain, like, even let's say content creation. There's people that been doing content creation that they advice might not necessarily be the authority, because they might not be like a angry man or something. They might just been doing it longer, so they might not have the same results or have like a authority on the conversation just because they experience it. You could be new and you could be more innovative, and I'm pretty sure you and Sharon and even Rogue and Lauren, I'm pretty sure y'all do a lot of dope shit than people who've been doing content creation for mad long. So I think it depends on the field. Some feel sure experience is gonna way override like information you have on it, but there's other things that it might be close to like a 50-50. So I don't think it's the same way for everything. You know what I mean?
You know, but I think the best combination, and this is what I think Sharon was getting at, and I think I agree wholeheartedly with Sharon on this. The best combination is when you have youth that is able to listen to experience, because that youth can benefit from the experience of an elder and then implement what that elder is telling them based on their experience, right? So that the youth doesn't have to experience the same thing. So then you have the innovation that you spoke about, Doc, right? And then the experience that Sharon spoke about. And if you can infuse those together, that's a powerhouse, right? Because this is the thing, right? You don't know what you don't know. Right. So you may know that, you got to change a baby's diaper. Right. You may know that a baby is going to cry when they need something because they can't communicate. You may know that you have to, you know what I'm saying? You have to burp your baby or whatever the case may be. But you may not know or understand that one cry means one thing, another cry means another thing, another cry means another thing. You might not understand exactly how you have to hold that baby so that baby feels safe and so that baby will go to sleep, or what you need to do to make that baby go to sleep. But a person,
you just said you might have one kid that you might gotta raise one way, and the other kid you might gotta raise another way.
Right, but that's true, but that's
and
the
all
nuance.
Christ might not mean the same thing. Like if I got a kid, it might not mean the same thing that you know.
Nah, I mean? but see, that's how we know that you're not a father, not trying to be funny, because what you understand is universally those cries. We all know as a parent, we all know the hungry cry from the I got my diaper need to be changed cry, from the I just want some attention, I just want to be picked up cry. We know, see, as parents, we know this because, and it's the same. That's the crazy thing, it's the same, right? Now there are nuances to your children's personality, like I said earlier, that's absolute, and how you have to interact with them as they're developing. But generally speaking, as babies have a certain interaction that's generally speaking, right? The same thing. The same thing with relationships, right? So to Rogue C's point, the thing about it is with men, right? What men are saying is women, y'all are wonderful, y'all are delicious, y'all the best thing that God ever created, right? I believe, right? However, because y'all are so wishy-washy and fickle and like up and down, back and forth, so a man cannot listen to a woman on advice on how to deal with women. Hold on, let me finish saying what I'm saying. I'm just being real. A man, the worst thing a man could ever do is listen to women on how to deal with women. That's like the worst thing a man could ever do. Your mama is going, as a man, is generally going to give you the absolute worst advice ever on how to interact with women. It's just the truth. And so that's not quite the same thing. I'm just being honest with you. It's not quite the same.
It's not consistent. It's not consistent, because I would think that women, since they experience being women, since they experience being the feminine gender, since they was a baby, since they born, I would think they got the most experience. And
you're wrong.
And men, we got the theory. That's how, you know what I'm saying?
No.
According to your logic.
No, it's not, because a man that's been around multiple women has the experience. A woman has only
more
been
than women.
Yes, absolutely. Because
so wait. So what age you started dating? All right, go ahead.
And this particular, see now, and there y'all go. Like, and that's fine. And y'all could disagree, but what I'm saying is absolute, right? It's not even. It's been proven time and time again. So you don't. The saying that they say is, you never go to a fish to learn how to fish. Like, a fisherman is going to teach you how to fish. A fish can't teach you how to fish.
But the first fisherman had to go to the fish to learn to fish, for you to even learn how to fish from the fisherman, because he had to go to the fish to catch the fish.
The fish didn't tell it. The fish didn't tell it how to catch it. Trust me.
Yeah, he observed. He didn't tell the fish, and told him in language, but he had to learn from the fish, either by observation or something.
No, but this is the thing. So again, so now so what you're talking about is now that fisherman has the experience, and what I was trying to get you to understand, to be able to catch
But I
fish.
bet you a
The fish never told that fisherman, yo, you gotta do X, you gotta do Y, you gotta do Z in order to catch me. Because
the
guess
fish
what?
don't
The
know
fish is gonna be
English.
food. Right. And the
The
fish
fish
don't
don't
want to
know
be
English.
food either. The
If
fish
the
don't want
fish
to be
knew
eaten.
English, if the fish knew English, and I
It wouldn't
listen
tell
to
them
a
how
fish,
to catch it.
if I listen to a fish, I would understand how to catch that fish more than if I just go by a fisherman.
That's a
Can I ask a
lie.
question? Can I ask
That's
a
a
quick
Yeah,
lie
on
from the
every
pits of
fish.
hell. That's
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, go ahead. That's bad advice. It's not true at all.
I just want to ask a question. So does it work in the reverse? So should I ask other women on men and the
No.
topic of men?
No, that's one of those double. No, that's one of those double standards.
You see,
No,
this is
women.
inconsistent.
Hold on. No, it's not inconsistent. If you let me
It
finish,
is.
you don't cut me off. It's not inconsistent at all. I just said. What I'm stating is that's one of the double standards. Listen, I can't. If you want to ask a woman about pregnancy and how to be pregnant and how to when she's sick or morning sickness, or you should ask a woman all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. A man don't know shit about none of that. If you want to ask a woman about the monthly and the cycle and how to handle that and how to deal with that, you should ask a woman all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. A man don't know shit about that, right? But when you talk about the dynamic of men and women relationships and how they interact, no. Women keep other women single. Women should absolutely not go to another woman to get advice. They should go to their father. They should go to their brother. They should go to a man who's not invested. They should go to a man who they trust, who does not want to sleep with them, that's going to tell them the truth. Y'all women don't tell women the truth. That's why you can have a homegirl and she out there looking crazy and she got all kinds of everything hanging out, looking like crazy. Y'all laughing at her behind her back, and y'all be like, "Oh, girl, you look good, girl. Oh, girl, you killing it." But behind the back, like, bitch look crazy.
So we should only ask men for anything when it comes down to the relationship dynamics.
Hell
Only
no.
men.
Yes,
Hold on, only
yes.
men
Hell
know
no.
relationship dynamics. I can't
Yes.
ask a woman for how to deal
No.
with a man, and I can't ask another woman for how to deal with being a woman.
I just want to say I learned the most about women from other women. Dead ass.
You think
And I
you
think
did.
I give great advice. Huh?
You think
Yeah,
you did. No, most women
Not even
no.
from advice, even
Wait, hold on.
indirectly a lot of times. You know what
But
I mean?
she just asked me a question, so let me address her question. So what I'm saying to you, Rosie, is this: a woman could teach a woman how to be a woman. That's what I'm saying. That's why I gave you the example of a menses. I gave you the example of a pregnancy. Women can absolutely, older women who are established could absolutely teach a woman how to be a woman. They can give general advice. But what I'm saying is, when you want the truth and when you want to know how to interact with a man, as a woman, you should talk to a man that you trust. You should talk to your father. You should talk to your brother. You should talk to your uncle, your grandfather, a man that you could trust that does not want anything from you. He is going to give you the most solid advice on how to interact with another man.
So who should
Now,
we talk to?
a man should talk to other men as well. A man
So
should talk
women
to
know nothing.
fishermen.
So you're saying women know
We don't
nothing.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
But we know
See,
everything.
I'm asking. So you're saying
No,
when it
that's
comes
not
down to
at all what I'm
relationship
saying.
dynamics, women know nothing.
So that's why
I'm
y'all give.
asking you a
Oh,
question.
I'm trying to answer you. That's why y'all give the worst advice, because y'all don't even listen accurately. Let me explain it. I just said to you, I think that women can teach women how to be women. I just said that. I said when it comes to relationships and how to treat a man, a woman should always go to a man that they could trust, an elder.
I heard you say that.
Right. So that doesn't mean that women don't know anything.
But hold on,
That means
that's
that-
not what I said when it comes down to relationship dynamics. That's the specific question I asked. So when it comes down to relationship dynamics, only men know relationship dynamics.
And you said
That's
yes.
not. No,
Because
that's
you
not
said a
what-
woman can't ask a woman for
I
relationship
didn't
dynamic
say
advice,
answer the
and then you said a man can't ask a woman for relationship dynamics.
When it comes to relationship dynamics, women and men should go to a wise man. Point blank.
Only men only.
Yes,
Okay. So
they should go to when it comes in in a relationship dynamic. They should go to a wise man that they could trust. Absolutely, because women y'all, like I said, y'all are wonderful. Y'all are magnificent. But y'all look at the nuances and the details that's right in front of you. Men have the uncanny ability to see the whole picture. And so if you have a man that you could trust, a man that's wise, a man that you could trust, he's going to give you the best advice for you. He's going to give you the best advice for you. Point blank and period.
You just said, hold on. If I just heard, you said that men can see the whole picture while women focus on the details. Are they?
Mhm.
Are
So
the
the
details
details
not
ain't part of the picture.
Right? Like, what are
No.
you talking about? Like,
Okay, so let me tell you what I'm
that's one
talking
of
about.
women's strengths. We pay attention to shit. And y'all be mad because we actually catch it and be like, oh, let me ask you about this shit. Damn, she caught that shit? Yeah, I caught that shit. We pay attention to detail. That's one of our strengths.
And I know that, and that's why I said. So I said women, but it's not. The problem is this. It doesn't translate for a relationship. Just like most of men's skills, it doesn't translate for relationship advice. Because when it comes to women, those details are the same things that most of y'all get hung up on and most of you get tripped up on. Because at the end of the day, most women, not all, don't have the ability to look at the thing objectively as a perspective. Most women don't have that ability. Most women speak or think from the perspective of what they want, of what's best for them, or what they need in a situation, which may not translate for somebody else, and that's why they give the worst advice.
So you don't think what you're saying right now is the best advice for men? It sounds like it almost like you're talking about yourself, right? You're saying that men could only give women advice, men could only give men advice, men could only lead the children, men could only go out to work. Women, like this is what is leading down the road of that men in relationship status. Only men could give out advice because women don't know they ass from they goddamn.
See, no, but see, that's again, and this is hold on, no, this is the problem.
When you're explaining and expressing this, it's getting lost in translation very easily because you are saying that the experience of this wise man trumps everybody else.
See, this is the problem. So this is the problem. When you make hyperbolic statements like that, and you try to put it as a blanket over all things, when I was very specific over what I said strictly for relationship advice. Now you tried to make it into working. A man could only work. A man could only do this. A man could only do. I never said any of that stuff, nor am I saying that. I am strictly talking about when it comes to relationship advice, the best thing for a woman to do is to go to a wise man that she could trust. The best thing that a man could do is to go to a wise man that he could trust for relationship advice, for advice about women. That's all I'm saying. At the end of the hold on. Because you just, Sharon, what you just did is what you do, and this is why we be falling out. Because you just twisted up what I said and made it cover a whole bunch of things that I did not say, and I'm not trying to cover with that. Our women are wise. Women are wonderful. Women have value. Women, I'm not saying that women are less than men at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not, for me to say that men have a better capability to give more solid advice overall when it comes to relationship is not saying that women are inferior in any type of way. That's just not their specialty or their expertise. It's not.
But men,
I think both men and women could give relationship advice, especially if they experience and they got wisdom. A lot of times, an older lady might give you advice. She might help you to see some shit from your woman perspective, because you've seen it from a man perspective, because you're a man. So I do think we should see both men and women advice as valid. We shouldn't just say just men alone, bro. That is not consistent. You know what I mean?
It's absolutely consistent. Now, did I say that you should? Now, you should talk to women. I'm not saying you can't talk to women. I'm not saying that you can't converse with them or even ask them their opinion. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is when it comes to the best advice for relationships for women, they should ask a wise man that they could trust. When it comes to the best advice for men, they should talk to a wise man that they should trust. That's just an expertise of those particular men for those particular things. Now, if y'all are on my end, because a lot of y'all agree with what I'm saying, agree through the super chat or through the Cash App. A lot of y'all are agreeing with what I said. So agree through the super chat or through the Cash App. Shout out to Treese. I think Treese was saying I'm right, but there's multiple people. Like, what I'm saying is not foreign. It's actually a school of thought that absolutely agrees with that.
And don't be afraid to disagree. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen both men, and I've seen men give terrible advice in this space a lot of times. Terrible advice. You know what I'm saying? So I think we gotta look at both men and women perspective when it comes to dating advice. My bad, Sharon.
Okay.
You got.
No, I just want to. And why would random men want to give random women good advice about relationships? I mean, I think that's kind of far-fetched, but go ahead, Sharon.
Wait. But see, that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't even listen good, because that's not at all what I said. What I said is you should get with a man that you trust, a wise man that you trust, that has your best interest at heart. That's what I said. So it's not about a random man. It's not random man, and it's not me. That Sharon tried to twist it to that. I said you should get with your father, or you should get with your uncle, or you should get with your brother that you know is a wise man that you could trust, and he will be able to give you a perspective that you have not thought about or you cannot see. He'll be able to give you insight into the situation that you have not even considered.
But so the problem is that most people do not have this man that they could trust in relationship, because the majority of people that have this man that is the elder in a family, he's just old. He don't have no good relationship skills. He's proven that he don't have relationship skills. So half of the people have good relationship skills, right? According to these stats that y'all always throw at us, right? And only the other half, they are simps. The ones that do stay with their woman for until they die. Those are simps, and the other ones are doing the right thing. We see it time and time again that men that are considered the wise ones, they are given horrible advice. And these are men that are trusted. These are the so-called wise men of the community. The trusted men in these relationship spaces, they have proven that they are not the people that should be giving advice to younger men and women. They are pushing people into divorce. They are pushing people into themselves just be individualized. They're not teaching young people how to build families and build communities and be with the person that they actually love. They teach them the opposite of that. That's what most men are doing, because majority of men, what we are starting to learn, they are very selfish.
Mm-hmm. And just really quick, I mean, I said that I heard what you said, Izzy, but I still stand on what I said, because I mean, we know each other, but you're a random man giving me advice about what I should be doing, right? Mm-hmm. Which is listening to men. So that's what I'm saying. Random men giving advice.
No, wait. So that's not at all.
That's the advice that you're giving me.
No, I'm not. What she asked me, yo.
No, you said
hold on, time out. I made a statement. Rogue asked me a clarifying question. I'm answering her question. This is not, you could take, she asked me what I thought. And I said, I think that for women, the best person to give them advice on a relationship is a wise man that they could trust. So this is not me saying or giving you advice, because I wouldn't. I just told you, in my own children's life that came from my nuts, that I love very much, I don't interfere in their life. I don't try to tell them what to do. I don't try to tell them how to live. That's their life. So I don't have any stake in what you do or what you don't do. I don't have any stake in how you live or how you don't live. So I'm not giving you no advice at all. Because if I gave you advice, I'd have to charge you. I'm not giving you any advice.
So
I'm just talking.
Ask you what you think, and
let me hop in real quick.
I'm just
I'm not going to say.
I'm not going to 124 people watching.
Salute.
Shout out to y'all. Make sure you hit the like, hit the Cash App, hit the super chat. If you want your comments read, make sure to let us know by hitting the super chat or hitting the Cash App. I don't disagree with you completely. But again, for you to sit here and tell me that I would have to go to my father, I'm not also going to deny the fact that I will go to my mother. I will go to my uncle. I will go to my auntie. There is a balance, because again, there are two sides to the relationship. So for me to only be like, well, as a woman, my woman brain is not smart enough. I only pay attention to the details. So I'm only going to ask men about how to handle relationship dynamics makes no sense. My son, let it be known that his mother is actually trying to make sure he is in a healthy, functioning relationship. Yes, I'm going to show you this woman good, this woman bad, this action good, this action bad. Because again, as a woman who is doing relationships, who has been in relationships, and hopefully by the time he is in a relationship, in a successful relationship, or even again, in a non-successful relationship, because again, I do believe in trial and error also being a great teacher. So again, I don't think you should just discount what women's input is on relationship dynamics, just because the same way you're saying I can't go to just some random guy that I don't trust, I can't go to just some random woman, or my son can't just not go to a random woman. He should go to his mother. He should go to people that he can trust, regardless of their gender.
He should not. Your son should absolutely not go to you for relationship advice. Mothers give in general. Now, there's probably some exceptions to the rule. I will admit that. I'm not just, but in general, mothers give the absolute worst. If you do a survey of most of the men, they will tell you that mothers give them the absolute worst advice that there is to give a man on a relationship. Mothers would tell you stuff like, hey, son, go bring that girl flowers. Or, hey, son, go give that hoe, go open the door for that hoe. Or, hey, son, you should treat every woman with respect. Like dumb shit like that. Like, no, that's not true. This stupid shit.
And this is
This
when
stupid shit. This stupid shit.
And this is when advice get masked. You know, and this is when advice is getting masked, right? When really that's just misogyny, and
it's not misogyny, it's the truth.
Advice about relationships.
It's misogyny, not actually advice. And this is the problem that happens when we have these conversations, and they just believe inherently that a man is just going to give better advice strictly because he has a penis and he's wise, right? So no. It's many manosphere talking points like this that's rooted in resentment towards women. This is one of them, and often blaming societal changes, right? You know, flowers, and you know, we hear it, right? We hear it comes out.
Men used to tell boys to go bring flowers.
She went from a girl to a hoe that quickly, right?
Yeah,
that quickly, and this fosters toxic attitudes that damage both romantic and social relationships. And this is a thing that a lot of men they miss because they do miss the details of what they are saying. And so it's plenty of women that could give great advice.
Holding the door is a relationship dynamic.
Advice is not only towards one gender.
Yo, so this is the thing. So the problem with you, and this is why we always go back and forth, and we always end up having a problem at the end of the day. Again, you twist narratives, but let me make it clear to you. So since you don't really listen that good either, and since you want to just spin a narrative and put what you want to put on it. So at the end of the day, the truth is a lady is a lady and a good woman is a good woman. There are lots of those. There are lots of ladies and lots of good women. And the truth is a hoe, a 304. And most mothers do not equip their sons to not deal with hoes. Most mothers tell their sons in a blanketed way to just deal with all women with respect. And the truth of the matter is all women do not deserve respect just because they got a goddamn vagina. So, there are some women that deserve respect and deserve to be honored and deserve to be uplifted and deserve to be treated like the queens that they are. And then there's some women who are 304s and degenerate women, and you should stay as far away from those people as humanly possible. You should be nowhere around them. You should give them no time. You should give them no energy. You should give them no thing. And the problem that I have with you, Sharon, is you are just like Mama Bear that tells men that they should just exalt all women because they have a vagina. And that's the most dangerous, despicable, disturbing advice that you can ever get as a man.
Yeah,
I just want to say,
hold on, but I never said that. What you said about me telling men what, I never said anything like that or remotely close to anything like that in my lifetime.
You just did.
I just want to say that the mothers tell their sons to stay away from them fast ass girls all the time.
Right,
like I hear that shit all the time. Like I don't know, man.
That's all women. Like your mother's extremely.
We also see mothers that are taking care of their athlete sons. What they doing? They are protecting their sons, right? They put your money in my name so I can protect you from that crazy ass girl, right? And we've seen that time and time again. So it's plenty of examples of mothers protecting their sons and protecting their daughters. She'll know the difference between a a decent man and a horrible man. So this whole fallacy that I'm telling men to just go ahead, if she's a hoe and she cheats and she's sucking a man's peen in front of you, you're supposed to say, hey, I still respect you. This is just a fallacy. I don't know where you get this idea that I said, but one thing I would say that all human beings do deserve respect, but for you, it seems like you only want to respect men. Men are the only ones that
there you go with the bullshit.
Needs respect, because that's the only thing that you are pinpointing towards.
There you go.
Men are
bullshit.
the only ones that can do it. You keep saying that I'm paying some now. I'm just going by
you are, and you're lying because you're not.
I'm going by the words that you use. You keep saying that I'm painting. You keep saying I'm painting some words, but I did not. I'm using your exact words, what you have said. You went from mother telling to give the girl flowers to she's a hoe. Without no context. You literally went from she said, mama said, give the girl flowers, and then you said she was a hoe.
Hold that door open for that hoe.
It's two different women.
I'm painting something about you, but here's the reality of it. This is advice, right? That you are claiming as advice, but it's really misogyny, and it's just coming out because you just can't help it. For some reason, you have a disdain for intellectual women, wise women that can give advice and can give to the family, right? Because in reality, for a relationship to work, we need family.
Yo, so hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. Let me hold on. Let me address.
I will. I'm just let me ask, because y'all get to do it too. Can please hit the Cash App, because apparently I need a Tylenol at this point. I'm not pregnant, so this shouldn't be an issue.
Girl, I got
it. So hold on. Let me address what this nigga said. So at the end of the day, right? So yes. Hold on. I said nigga, but it's cool.
Damn,
but the thing is, yeah, you absolutely are, because at the end of the day, I wasn't even talking about you, but you got to make it personal to me, and you got to tell me what I am and tell me what I'm doing. So, yo, I'm not a misogynist, so you can stop with the narratives. I'm not a misogynist. I just got done talking about the relationship with my daughter and saying that I would take my daughter's side over any man. So you obviously don't listen, right? And I also talked about good women and how I praise good women and how I treat good women good because they're good women. But because you don't understand or differentiate between good women and not good women, because you want to pedestalize all women because they have a vagina, and which is the weirdest thing ever, right? Yo, the dudes like you are really the worst dudes ever, because y'all will pedestalize bad women. So that means that even good women, what's the point of good women being good? If you're praising and pedestalizing and sitting there and worshiping bad women and acting like bad women that do bad things are just the same as good women, what's the point of them even being good? There is no point. But again, you're spinning a narrative, trying to make it seem like I'm saying something that I'm not. I just simply said, when it comes to relationship advice, that's it. For a young lady, she should go to her father if she trusts him, her grandfather if he's alive if she trusts him, or her brother if she trusts him, and get relationship advice from them. From a man that doesn't want anything from her that she can trust. When it comes to relationship advice, men should not take the advice from their moms, because moms give, generally speaking, are there exceptions? Probably, of course. But generally speaking, moms give the worst advice to a man when it comes to dating and mating. It's just the truth.
So, again, I never brought up bad women at all in this conversation. And you saying that I'm painting narratives, you literally added an argument that I never said out my mouth at all for this whole day. At all. You brought up some bad women versus good women and all this thing, and that's not even the topic. And this is how we know that you are a gaslighter for no reason. This is why you're trying to make me argue a point that I did not bring up. This is literally like gaslighting 101. Men need to stop making other men single. Men give plenty of bad advice. We see it time and time again. Men are the main ones that's keeping other young men single today. They keep trying to act like they cannot see the difference between the hoe and the good woman and all this, and they try to muddy up all the goddamn words and make it seem like they are the only ones. They are the saviors for all young men. I'm the wise one, even though they don't even have the experience that they are talking about. They got theory. You don't got that goddamn healthy relationship that you talking about. That's a theory what you talking about. You need to fall back and maybe ask questions to somebody that is wise in relationship, somebody that has been pushing things forward and able to accumulate that healthy relationship that you are looking for. And that is the person that you need to get advice from, whether it's a male or a female, somebody that has gumption. We know somebody like Love C. We know she's very good with communicating. That is somebody that I will be able to say, hey, you can ask that person for a relationship.
Who's Love C?
And so, so we understand that it is plenty of women that have great common sense and common knowledge when it comes to relationships, and they can give relationship advice, especially if they have a successful experience about that type of relationship.
There you go with the bullshit. Like, yo, you always got to find a way to try to make it very personal and try to go with ad hominem attacks. Yo, first of all, then this is why we always have a problem. You talking about gaslighting, the king of gaslighting, that is you. You're very much projecting. It's amazing. You talking about I don't have the results. You don't know what you're talking about. I could call my son's mother at any time of day or night, and she would do whatever for me. I could go right now and ask her for a hot plate live on this live right now, and she'll make it for me. You have no clue what you're talking about, but yet and still, you always want to try to throw in there, oh, well, you don't have the advice. You don't have the results that you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. So at the end of the day,
I was talking in general, but
no, now you're talking in general. Now you was just talking about me. You was just talking about me. No, you said I was a misogynist. Hold on, I'm talking. You said I was a misogynist. You said I hate women. I hate intellectual women. You said that about me specifically. Now it's general. You're a liar and you're a gaslighter. You're a lying ass gaslighter, and that's the truth. So hold on. So at the end of the day, I don't. At the end of the day, now you're gonna talk over me. I let you talk. I let you talk. I did not interrupt you. You're lying. So now you're gaslighting, and now you're lying again, because I was able to call you out on exactly what you said and exactly what you did, because you lie and you gaslight all the time. You try to flip flop, and you're real shaky and real loose wrist with it. I'm not slow, sir. I'm very intelligent, and I'm very on top of your game and how you play. No, you're slow. So first of all, I have absolutely no problem with intellectual women. I love intellectual women. I love good women, period. At the same time, I'm not going to treat a 304 the same way that I treat a good woman. I'm going to treat a good woman like a good woman, and I'm going to treat a 304 like a 304. So how we got here was you took us here by you trying to make it seem like I'm just a misogynist, and that I think that good women and 304 are the same people, and I just don't like women. I don't like intellectual women. That's how we got here. You took us here by trying to gaslight and trying to spin a narrative and trying to paint a picture that's not real. So we can let it go and let other people get in this, because at the end of the day, it's going to start to get ugly, because you keep trying to bring my personal into it. You keep trying to throw personal attacks. And I was speaking to the points. Just because you don't agree with my point, don't mean that you have to attack me personally. Just because you don't agree with what I'm saying, don't mean that you have to bring me under attack. You don't have to do that. And I'm giving you the opportunity to back out of that.
Yo, man, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, sometimes, like, look, man, I'm a C student. I'm just gonna always throw that out there. I'm not really a C student. I'm actually more like a B student. But when y'all say a bunch of stuff, it's hard. Like, I'm not taking notes. And it's hard to, like, when y'all finish talking, I don't even know where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, man.
You have to move forward. Let's move forward. Just saying.
Okay.
Let's move forward.
Because I saw it earlier, and shout out to you for bringing it up when somebody was bringing up like apprenticeships. So it made me even think about trade school. I went to cosmetology school. The beautiful thing about cosmetology school is the literal word for the book knowledge that we were learning was theory, versus when we were actually learning our practicals, which was actually doing the hair. So LA, you already know where I'm going with this.
Yes, ma'am.
So to Sharon's point from earlier, there is a healthy balance of knowing the book stuff, right? I had to know theory in order to execute them into the practical. But it wasn't until I did so many practicals where they were like, okay, now you can graduate. It's cool, you know theory, you did your knowledge test on theory, you passed, good job. But now we have to see how you actually execute this. And can you do it? Can you do it correctly? Can you do it in the right demeanor? Can you do it by following these rules? So yes, when it comes down to the experience versus theory, there is a healthy blend for both, but does it seem like one trumps over the other?
I'm gonna still, you know what, at this point, because it's kind of weird, because now when I think about it, I think, get me personally, I learn the best when I'm actually doing, when I'm putting my hands on something, when I'm physically going through the motions, repetition, and just have something to recall on the next time, right? To me, experience is more effective. You know what I'm saying? But then it's funny because when you flip it, people kind of I guess value education in college, but that is mostly theory and not hands-on experience. You know what I'm saying? It's all of the books, it's all of this, that, and the third, and then you get out into the field. So when I think about, like, the experience versus theory, it's always nice to have the theory as like the backup. But to me, I think having that hands-on experience is what's really going to be like something that's really going to carry on, and even to the point where you can use life experience to use towards college credits nowadays, and you can use it on your resume for certain jobs, even if you don't have those certifications.
I still think in most cases, sure, practical knowledge will be better, but still sometimes, because remember, you're not going to be able to experience everything. Like people who go to school for certain thing, all the stuff they go to school for, they don't gotta apply everything. You know what I'm saying? And in their work field, they're not gonna experience everything they learn in school. So I still think in some scenarios, it might be dope to have the theory, but sure, in most scenarios, practical will be better. But I don't think we should discredit like the theory, because a lot of times you can't experience everything, and before you experience something, before you go in a car, you still want to know, like, like the rules, like the theory, like before they take you on the road test, they still got to make sure you pass a test before you do the road test. So I don't think we should be so extreme to knock out the theory and only go by practical. That is crazy to me.
So do you think, I mean, it's safe to say that it's going to take a good amount of time for anybody to be like good at something if they have to get theory and experience? Do you think that it's safe to say that it's if you're going to be even a jack of something, not necessarily a master, it's still going, it takes more than one or the other. It's going to take a little bit more time because, we're in this microwave society right now where everybody thinks that as soon as they graduate high school, hit 21, they're supposed to be a millionaire and just know everything. You know what I'm saying? When everybody has their own path and they learn things in different, at different speeds, and by different stimuli and different situations. So is it safe to say, like I said, that it might take us to be maybe up in our older years, upper 30s, early 40s, to really know certain things? And should people be shamed for not knowing certain things?
I think it's still gonna need both, because even though we're in a microwave society, people are becoming millionaires at 21. Some people just started like ChatGPT could make people know how to code and do apps and all of these type of shit. So I think it depends on the field. Some field will require way more practical experience, and some will be a little bit of both. You might even find a few that you might just need the theory before you know to do something. I still think practical gonna dominate the theory because you still gotta do it. You know what I mean? But I don't think we should just cast aside theory or just put it like at 20% or like at a, you know what I'm saying, like a low percentage.
Nobody gets hired off a theory. Nobody's gonna want a doctor to do heart surgery off a theory. Nobody wants you to fix their car because they have theory. Do you want to experience somebody that went through it? They know the problems that might possibly happen. So this whole theory thing, they should just ask questions. If you don't have the experience and to implement those theories into your real life and go through the ups and downs of implementing those things that you did, and then you turn it into actual knowledge, you need to just shut the fuck up.
And that's honestly, I was going to ask that.
I don't think so. That is fucked up. I don't think so.
No, that's what I was going to ask. I was like, what percentage of would you give, like, in terms of validity, a person who only has theory and ain't really did it?
0. You can't do
I won't
anything.
give them 0. I'll give them close to a 50% around that area.
50
How?
because they read
Zero.
some books.
How or why? How or
It
why?
depends on what's the scenario. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people
Okay.
a lot of people are knowledgeable at things, and they
Y'all want to
just need the experience. You say
But
what?
this is the thing. That's why a doctor has to go through a residency. So they go through, they learn, they get the knowledge, and they have to go through a residency. That's why a lawyer has to apprentice under another lawyer before they can become a lawyer on their own. That's why a person has to be a lawyer for so long before they can become a judge, because you have to have some experience to go with what you learned in order for it to be valuable, in order for it to be tangible. Because if you just say that you know it, but you've never applied it, do you really know it?
Now, saying that you know something, and actually anybody could say they know anything. You know what I'm saying? Saying you know it don't means that. But if you actually learn, even when you go into school, sometimes people just come out of school and they get jobs. Sure, you're gonna still get training before they actually hire you. But I don't think like the theory is like a low 20%. I'll still give it close to around 50. You know what I mean?
No. You don't trust anybody with theory to run anything. They gotta get behind somebody that actually ran something and they could learn. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna learn experience, right? They're gonna have.
So you're saying there's no way a person with just theory. A lot of people, you say no way a person with theory could get a job done.
Correct. It's not
That
possible.
is crazy. I don't think so.
If you run a business, you would never put somebody that just have theory to run something for you.
Because you get options. You could choose between them and the other people. I'm not negating that practical knowledge is gonna dominate over theoretical knowledge, but I'm saying you can't just knock out the theory like if it's nothing. You know what I'm saying?
But it's
But it's
about
not
results
50%.
though, at the end of the day. Like for example, like when we were going to cosmetology school, they do teach you theory of how to open up your own salon, but it's better to work underneath somebody else first so you can see what works, what doesn't. Of course, you can, get a little bit of inside track. You can, have conversations with the owner so you can, talk about liability insurance, like all the other unknown things, you know what I'm saying? But technically in school, they teach you by the book, and in the book, hey, if you want to, you can. And a lot of people do go straight from school and opening their businesses, but they don't last very long because they didn't have that hands-on, type of experience and exposure. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of like the difference of what we talk about. Like you can know the ins and outs in terms of like the steps of what to do to open the business, and open your own salon, your own barbershop, XYZ, right? But if you've never been in that setting and you went straight from a classroom, you know what I'm saying, to the real world, then it's you're gonna run into a lot of different problems. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna take you longer to actually learn.
Go ahead.
And it goes in almost every field. Like you could read about sex all day. Until you do it, you don't know what the fuck you are doing.
We're reading about something and doing this.
If I do this move here, if I hold it this way, I can last longer, and I'll be able to last 10 minutes while everybody else don't know because I read this book. You get in there, what happened? What happened?
I'm mad he took it to Kama Sutra.
In theory, you think you are the stallion. But in experience, you have no idea what you're doing. This could go for anything. You could read everything how to shoot a jump shot. You could read everything about boxing. You could read everything about karate.
No, we said in most. I don't think in everything. Come on, man.
Everything. Theory is not going to work. In everything. You have to do it yourself and build the mental callus to actually get it done.
So what about people who get hired on jobs and they ain't got no practical experience? The people just gonna train them,
right? Exactly. But that's the experience. Them getting trained is the experience.
Correct. But still they hire them on with just having the theory of the thing without no experience.
Because they train them. But listen, there's some.
No, they're still gonna. But he just said, wait a minute. He just said that no job is gonna hire you with just theory. No, if they hire you with just theory, they're still gonna train you on the job.
But that's the missing.
And you can build on it. The argument was get the job done. Go ahead.
But this is the thing. So what happens is when they hire you with no experience, they hire you with no experience so they could train you how they want you to do that particular job the way the company wants you to do that particular job. So by you going through the training is the experience that you're getting from the company, and they are training you the way they want you to do in their system. So that's a little different than I think the expertise that we're talking about aspect of it. That's coming in at a novice position, and the company wants green people that don't know anything so they could teach them what they want them to know, and they do it exactly how they want them to do it.
Or they might just even let you in at entry level, and they love to hire from within because that's one less step, you know what I'm saying, that they got to take you through in terms of instructing you. You know what I mean? They'll if you're already a part of the organization or whatever, they will be more likely, you know, depending on your tenure and things like that, to accelerate you, even if you don't have experience in that field or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because you've already been a part of the system. You know how they like to have things done and, you know, all that type of stuff, like part of the training. So they are a little bit more, I guess, incentivized just to bump you up. Even if you don't have the training, they'll teach you that, you know what I'm saying? If you're already a part of it, you know what I'm
But
saying?
they
If you
still
came in just
hiring
doing
you,
some
right?
basics and stuff, huh?
But they still hiring you.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, like when I
You
started
get paid
doing,
when you're training.
but like when I first started doing insurance, I did customer service first, but it took me less than a year for them to recognize me and be like, we want to pay for your licensing. And then they paid, you know, I went through training just to sit there and learn about shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they will do that, but you got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So they'll let you in and you can do some real basic menial type of stuff. But if you have a good, you know, rapport, you have that good work ethic, that's what I think, you know, balancing the sports in the school and stuff. For me, it kind of helped me. I had to do it. It kind of helped me, you know what I'm saying, in terms of just learning how to endure a lot of, you know, especially working for other people, because unfortunately that's what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of companies don't mind if you've put in the work and you know a little something about the company, they will invest into you more.
But also,
Hire from within.
I want to add, let's also be honest, when it comes down to theory, and this is strictly just off of, like, let's say you know the employee handbook, you know all the book knowledge, right? I think there's also a hunger that comes with the experience that you're really showing. If we're going to speak for an employer, if you're going to speak for your lover, going to Sharon's topic on sex, there's a hunger you show when you're really trying to gain that experience that you might not, you know, you could kind of slack off if I'm reading a book about, you know, whatever I'm learning that day, or if I'm just reading, you know, whatever somebody says that they want, right? But when I'm actually putting in that experience I'm kind of jumping into a more of a hunger, or more let me show you that I can do this. Let me really get into it kind of situation, right? And I think that's why experience kind of does trump the idea of theory. Not saying that both aren't needed, but one kind of trumps the other because now I'm actually showing I'm willing to put in that work. And I think that's what matters, especially if you're talking about an employer, if you're talking about a lover, if you're talking about anything where we're talking about this could work. Even with kids, I'm putting in that work. Like, you remember seeing TV shows, or if your school actually did it, they gave you the little egg or they gave you the little robotic baby. And it was putting in that work. You could read all day, every day about, oh, a baby is hungry, a baby wants this. But when you actually put in that work of actually taking care of that baby, making sure that you knew
that thing will cry in the middle of the night on your ass.
Exactly. So even with parenting, if we want to go and take it back there, there's that experience. It's showing that hunger that I'm going to keep going and I'm going to make this right, at least in my opinion.
I do agree that sure, practical gonna definitely trump the theory, because the person who made the theory, they had to do something practical to even come up with a theory so somebody else could learn it without doing it practically. I'm not negating that it trumps it, but I'm just saying it might be scenarios that you could still get higher on with the theory, and the practical you could learn that shit after. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but nobody gets hired off a theory to run a job.
Not to run a job. You get hired on as probably an entry level. You know what I mean? Like,
right. So therefore, you are not doing the job. Somebody got to teach you how to do the job. You are not.
You still doing the job, bro. You're entry level employee. What are you hired for if you're not doing a job?
Doing the job is mean that you are independent. Once you are independent from anybody else, that means you are actually doing the job. But if I gotta be
Wait.
next to you for you to do the job, you ain't doing the job.
So what are you getting paid for?
To learn how to do the job, to learn
Mm-hmm.
how to be independent from the person that is teaching you.
So you saying there's no jobs where people get, whilst you on the job, you're employed. So you working, even during training, you actually doing something, but you came in with just the theory. Whilst you working, you learning. Whilst you work, you learning on the job. I'm not saying that theory gonna trump practical, but I'm saying there's places where practical with the theory is still gonna be valid, and you could learn the practical
No,
after.
but the theory only gonna work if somebody that has experience is watching over you. They're not gonna leave you alone.
I'm not knocking that. I'm not arguing
You
it.
cannot do the job by yourself yet, so therefore you cannot do the job.
If you don't do the job by yourself, that don't mean that you're not doing a job.
Absolutely, it does.
Yeah, if I gotta tell you okay, like it's just like, let's go back to the parenting stuff, right? You tell your kids to clean up, right? And you know how kids do. They act like they don't see certain stuff. And if you gotta be like, no, look under the table, under there, right there, pick up that piece of, I might as well do the shit myself. If I have to hold your hand and tell you how to clean, you know what I'm saying? I might as well, you're not doing a job. I just
So
told
if
my
I'm-
daughter that shit
so
the
if I'm
other
your-
day. If you left a pot in the sink after sweeping and mopping and you didn't wash that pot, you didn't finish the kitchen. I'm sorry. You feel me? Like you didn't complete the job, yo. Like,
So if I'm your supervisor, right?
mhm.
So if I'm your supervisor and I'm supervising you, that means you're not doing the job.
No, I mean you're supposed to at least do little rounds. You know what
What
I'm
if
saying?
I'm your team
check up
lead
on
and
me,
I'm
but
telling
not
you-
micromanage me. Like if you have to constantly, okay, after this, I need you to do this, and then you do this, and then you do. If you have to give me a list instead of me taking initiative and being an independent worker and just seeing and noticing what needs to be done, and I'm doing it myself without you telling me, yeah, of course you're gonna, before lunch, where we looking? You know what I'm saying? How are we looking today? You're gonna check up on me. But you're not going to have to micromanage. If you have to micromanage somebody and give them a rundown list, A, B, C, D, E, F, G throughout the day, and they don't know how to just initiate themselves, then yeah, you might as well just do the job your damn self. What's the point?
No, because you have a brain, right? And you micromanaging, and they the limbs, they like the foot soldiers and the hands. You got more hand, you got two hand and one brain. So though it is, I don't see where's the issue if you managing other people and they're doing the physical work and you just managing them and showing them the other thing until they learn to manage themselves type shit.
No,
You still on the job.
managing is not training. I
Right.
think you're trying to make those the same thing, but it's not the same. Managing the thing is making sure that the thing gets complete and everybody is up to their task and is up to whatever that SOP, the standard.
Managing could be training.
Yeah.
No, manager is not training.
If I'm the manager, I'm low-key training you to become a manager. You could get promoted to be a manager
Not necessarily. That's not
from working on the management.
We
It
had
could be, but
leads,
that don't happen.
trainers, coaches. They all had different
right. It
titles
could be,
and
but
different jobs.
yeah, it could be, but it's not necessarily synonymous. So when you coming into an entry level position, right, and you just have theory, you don't have any experience, the trainer is going to give you the experience, assimilated experience in a condensed time frame to help you get up to standard for the job, right? Now your manager is the person who's going to oversee you and oversee the project and probably help you along the way, but they have a different position than your trainer. The manager is just supposed to oversee the operations and make sure that everything is running smoothly.
I see people work and get promoted at jobs, and whilst they was working, that was part of their training. That's how they got promoted. You know what I'm saying? They're still doing the job. To say that they're not doing a job, that is crazy to me.
So what do you mean by promotion? I think you conflating like, hey, you went from probation to now you are officially you got this apron, and now
you could have been flipping the burgers and you could get promoted to be the manager at the Krusty Krab or wherever. You know what I mean?
Well, someone in the chat mentioned it. Shout out to you for saying this, because there is such thing, and we said this yesterday, as continuing education. A lot of jobs, especially if you are going for a new position in the job, or if you have a position in the job, there is a level of whenever newer technology, newer knowledge comes out, you do have to get trained on continuing eds. So I think that is also where, I guess, where this gap is, where we're having this discussion, because you need one, again, to go back to theory, you technically do need it in order to keep your experience increasing. From what I'm understanding, what you're saying, witch doctor. So I think that is what kind of fills that gap.
I'm just saying you can negate the theory. Sure, I'm not saying that practical knowledge don't trump it, but it's places for just the theory too, and you could still learn the practical. A lot of people learn the practical part on jobs, but most people, I don't think they learn in the theory on the job. They learned that shit before. You know what I mean?
Well, no, you get work, like on work training that they put you through. Like there are times, if especially with the job I do now, if we get new systems or anything new or just new knowledge, like right now my job, flu season's on the rise. So, or they changed protocol for the C vaccine. So instead of where we could just send people to the pharmacy, now the pharmacies are saying, okay, no, we need y'all to go ahead and send in a new prescription. The doctor has to send a prescription in. So we had to get updated on that. There's training, there's theory that comes to that. And then when the people are calling in, hey, I'm ready to get my C vaccine. Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and get the prescription sent over for your doctor first. And then, so there is, like I said, there is something where you have to go ahead and get that theory as you're still doing the experience. Even though you had the experience, now there's a new thing you have to keep learning because things are
new theory or update.
You know what? I had to do that in jobs too, because I work with like special needs people and shit. So I see.
Yeah. I think the piece that we was really missing is that the implementation of the theory. That's the experience, right? So you get the theory. All right, this is how I screw this thing in there. But until you actually take it and screw it and you break your damn knuckle, you ain't gonna know how to actually do it. It's just what it is. You have to put that knowledge into implementation.
Implementation.
And that was
implementation.
The theory and then the practical we did, it still changed my experience when I actually went to the first salon. Because I did practicals. We did over 1,800 hours. I can't remember the number now of practical work, but it still didn't mean shit until I was in that salon working for my first real dollar. Not some tips, because they paid the school and they would tip me. Right. Now I'm working for my real, like I'm trying to pay booth rent. So now if I don't get that roller set right, if I didn't do that manicure right, that's my ass. I'm not eating. Versus at school, I could do the practical. You did 50 manicures. Good job. You graduated.
Right.
That's a good breakdown of the difference between theory and experience, right? Because your ass is on the line with experience. In theory, you got a lot of room for bullshit and shit that don't really mean shit. So that's a good, that's a good breakdown.
And this is why the theories don't work in relationships, right? Because you got a million theories. You can say, what if this happens? What if this happens? What about this? What if she did this? What if he did that? What if he said this about? Like you could just go on and on forever about what aboutisms. But in real life, you got to have experience to say, hey, I did this, and in results, I got this kind of feedback back. And now you can give somebody else that experience, and they can figure out maybe I shouldn't do it, or
wait a minute. But your experience is not gonna really, because it's gonna be nuances in your experience, just like you were saying in the theory. Because your experience not gonna be everybody's experience. I might not date the same chick you date, or the type of chick you date, or the age demographic. You might have been dating in another time type shit. So I don't think I think it's nuance. Both got room for nuances.
No, so one is not a nuance. One is the experience. So I could now say, hey, once I did this, this is the reaction I got. So now if the person does the same exact thing I did and they get the same reaction, they could like, oh. This is,
but that only applies if they got the same exact.
They can navigate through it, or if it's a different experience to it, right? They could still navigate. I'm glad that I didn't have the experience that X, Y, and Z had, and I knew that if I said it a certain way, like it's so many things that you are learning from somebody that actually.
I think that only applies to I think that only applies to if somebody's in your exact scenario or a similar scenario. Because a lot of people give dating advice and they married and the advice be some bullshit because it don't apply. It might not apply to You know what I mean?
It might not
Right.
apply
So
to you. It might not apply to you yet.
no, it might not. No, but I think that, and see, that's the problem, right? Dating, I don't think that is that experience theory as far as in the perspective that you're talking about, Sharon, is applicable because people are too different. People have different personality types. And listen, so what may work for you, right? You may be able to. I know for a fact. I know dudes who went up to girls and just started kissing them. That was their pickup. They went up to women, they went it and just started kissing them. And their success rate was like 9 out of 10, right? I know dudes that did. I know other dudes that if they would have tried that, they would have got punched in their damn face. So the truth of the matter is a woman in your life may be best suited for you and y'all chemistry and y'all connection or whatever the case may be. So you may not be able to teach your experience to the next person that's going to get them the same result. It's not the same. Our relationships is one of those things that I think is individualized, and I think it's an intimate connection between two people, and they got to figure that out.
Yeah, so I'm not talking about trying to teach a dude how to get mono, right? I'm talking about that's a man
weird.
that is in a relationship, that is attempting to build a relationship with another human being. Us as men and women, we have very similar things that we can do that is acceptable to another human being. Do they have nuances because somebody is more serious and somebody plays a little more? Yes, that is very true. But for the most part, majority of human beings in the world majority of women are not gonna respond in kind to their man, say, hey, bitch, get me some of the fucking food. Right, so I could tell that to a man, like, hey, that is not the proper way you need to speak to your woman. You need to speak to your woman with care, so she can understand that you.
But is that relationship experience or just experience,
Common sense.
social experience? You know what I mean? You don't gotta be in a relationship to know if you call a woman out her name, she might not take too kind to that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
some women like that.
We're just having a conversation.
Some women like
a bitch is a bitch.
It's true. And some women like to be called bitches.
And
some women like to be called bitches and
right.
hoes.
But most wives do not, right? So, and the crazy
In the
part is
bedroom,
In the bedroom.
This is when things get
in the kitchen. In the kitchen.
I'm trying to figure out where. Okay, never mind.
In the kitchen. Come in.
This is when things get money, right? Because I said majority.
We don't kink shame.
Yeah, y'all got it.
I'm sorry,
But nobody didn't negate majority. We just said some. And nobody never said the majority don't do that.
Right, but to signify that there is a nuance there, and that just because something works for you in your relationship, that does not necessarily mean that it worked for someone else in their relationship. Now, there are some common sense things that are common thread, but overall, that's not necessarily the case.
This is just.
Hey, yo, we got some super chats. We about to close it down. We got some super chats. That's left.
This is just not true. Like, this is why people are able to write books. This is why people go to goddamn therapy. This is why they have things that you should be able to do to get the best outcomes for your relationships in all types of relationships, because human beings move and interact a certain way. It's absolutely nonsense to say that people cannot give advice because everybody's different. That's bullshit.
That's not what I said, but that's what you heard. But yo, we can move on to the because we about to close down. Shout out to Treese. Thank you for being a member of the Ismailite Nation for 18 months. Shout out to you, sis. I appreciate you. Is right. I'm going to my brothers for advice. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, sis.
And shows her the Chanel's reality. She says, support my favorite doctor. Y'all, I need it. Look, I hope you took a shot for me. I need a drink too. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for that. She also said, Easy, I'm not sure if you trust women, period. Shit.
Hold on. I trust trustworthy women. I trust women that are trustworthy.
But how come you didn't add them in the equation to listen to for advice then?
No, because wait, hold on. I don't trust them to give me relationship advice, but I trust them for other stuff. I trust them for practical advice. Listen, I go to my mama. I go to my mama for advice on health. I go to my mama on advice on healing myself and getting right. I go to my mama on advice on just practical things, but I do not go to my mama. And she'll tell you, yeah, I don't give my son good advice on relationships. She'll tell you, she knows. Go
I
ahead.
think it's an individual situation for the men that do have good women in their life that they can get advice from when it comes down to relationship dynamics. Great for you. The same way for women, when you have great men in your life that can also give you good relationship advice. Amazing for you. People who you can trust for good advice are such a rarity. So if you have them, great for you.
Right,
And
but
shows her the
hey,
Chanel's reality. She said, Izzy, you listen to your dad and other men. What happened? That's what she's saying.
Damn.
my life is great, and I got the results that I want. That's what happened.
Okay.
There you
All
go.
right. It shows her the AW. He said, DJ, this is for the rubbers.
Oh
He's
my.
wild there.
I appreciate it. I'll spend
Go hunt a whale.
Hey, don't forget the Jimmy. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
The Jimmy
What happened to the Tylenol fund for me in LA?
I don't think
Right.
you'll be able to buy no rubbers with $2 now. What you gonna get, a half a rubber? I don't even think you
Might
get a
be able to
single
get
rubber
one.
for $2.
The
Nah,
health
not for
commission
$2.
was the one
Probably
that-
Not a
added to the
Magnum.
A Lucy.
Not a
At least
Magnum.
he hit a rubber.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to get a Magnum. I'm gonna tell you that
I'm
right
just
now.
joking, y'all.
You can get a lifestyle.
Buy the
You can get away with
complete closed
lifestyle.
package, please.
I don't
be
even
buying
think they
no
sell
Lucy.
lifestyle.
I think that's only the free stuff, right? The lifestyles are free ones.
Gas
that
station, they
giveaway.
like
Those are the free ones. You can go down to
gas
the
station, they like $4.49. What?
No, I'm
You buy
just
your
saying. At
rubbers
one
from the
point
gas
in time,
station?
there was
Yeah, for the Magnums for the gas. Yo, when you
Yeah,
on the
I
road, you
remember
gotta get it from the gas station. You get the Magnum, it's $4.49 plus tax.
Damn.
Yes, that sounds like it's
And it's
overpriced.
so
You can get you
funny
a nice
that-
little big box from Target.
Like guys only know Magnum.
Target ain't only app. Target ain't open. What's it called? Well, Magnum is actually average size. Magnum XL is the one that is like the big one. If you want to be real, but okay.
And you got a
ribs
Magnum
for her
beer skin. The beer skin Magnum, the thin, you know what I'm saying? The thin layer shit.
for
that
the
is-
win. For the
So y'all
win.
don't like the ribbed ones? The ribbed ones are decent.
I mean, this for the ladies.
I mean, y'all like the rig.
Y'all like the rib ones.
Yeah.
It's for the ladies. Yeah, for the ladies. Yeah.
Like, I don't
Come on,
know the
fulfill it.
difference if I have it out or not. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
That's where men always say that. I can't tell. I don't know how it feels because I got the condom on. I don't want to have the condom on.
Right, nigga, please.
You know what it feels like.
Wait, hold on. Nah, I know you don't. And women be the mostly ones telling people to take the condom off. Let's be honest. Women be the
It's
most
always
ones telling
women.
dudes to take.
It's always women.
It's
No,
true. It's always
wait a
men.
minute.
Women do be the most ones telling the dudes
I
to take the
agree with
condom
that.
off. They be
I
trying to
They
take
got
it
a whole
off.
stealth mode.
They be saying, "Oh, this condom is," you know what I'm saying? This should be
I don't
making
like
the coochie.
condoms.
I don't like how
Irritated,
it
right?
feels. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
They be hitting you
I'm
with that
allergic.
joint.
I mean,
I'm allergic to latex. They be
I'm
hitting you with that
allergic
shit.
to
too.
latex. Is
They hit me
notorious.
with that shit, man. I'm like,
My daddy, since Izzy said I should listen to my daddy always told me
Too
don't
much
listen to
friction
no
down there.
little knucklehead boy who said he's
Right.
allergic to latex.
Right,
So,
that
your daddy
means
is
never
right.
said
that.
you ain't get her ready
Your
enough.
daddy is
like,
right.
you should-
Your
that shit
daddy
should
is
be like,
right.
shoot, shoot, shoot.
Well, I'm
And
telling you,
exactly,
women.
when my daddy said it, that means
I'm telling you,
also
women
the
say it.
means that
Women
it.
say it all the time. Hey,
And so
I'm
do the
allergic to
menses.
latex. I don't like the way it feels with latex.
Yeah.
All the other bullshit.
Shout out to
You
my
heard what I
dad.
said. Anyway,
Trying to get a baby.
Love my
from-
dad.
no,
Shout
you gotta
out
get it
dad.
wet.
If
You
ever
already
see me.
know. That shouldn't even be no damn problem.
They're
Too much
trying to get a
friction.
baby. They're trying to get a baby from somebody is what the problem is. They're trying to extrapolate baby.
It's
Listen,
close.
50 Cent was the one who made a whole song talking about have a baby by me, baby, be a millionaire.
He was lying.
Right,
He
right.
said he was lying. He was lying.
Say,
He
I'm
said
leaving,
he
y'all.
lied.
Leave me alone.
He
Uh,
definitely lied. I can't lie. Is
he
he?
definitely lied because he
Definitely
wouldn't even give that girl $10,000. He broke up with the finest woman in the world because she wanted $10,000. Come on, man. He won't-
Any
Yeah.
final thoughts? We definitely want to say y'all, thank you all so much for rocking
This is
out with
fun.
us this Thursday. We will definitely catch y'all on the next one. We got amazing shows. Will the drama be there? Will the drama not be there? Will it be spicy? You never know. So make sure you subscribe to all the channels. We posted them up later. Any final thoughts from y'all?
Let's let Sharon go first because he just like, I'm falling back, goddamn. Like,
I've never seen Sharon like
you ain't got
that.
nothing, no final words.
Shout out to A-Dub Wahey. Y'all baby this nigga, man. Forget him. Hey, shout out to A-Dub Wahey, man. He gave you some more on your condom purchase.
So to the Brody A-Dub in the motherfucking house.
Yeah,
You know
you
what
get
I'm
full
saying?
pack now.
I appreciate you,
He still
A-Dub.
ain't
You
got
know
the
what I'm
tax.
saying?
Mm-mm.
It's okay. Listen, it's okay.
Meanwhile, me and LA are still waiting on this Tylenol fund. I told y'all we're not pregnant.
It's all
Go ahead
good.
and
You
hit us with
know,
the
we
Tylenol
black
fund.
women, we strong, girl. We strong.
Yeah, strong.
Strong.
Be too strong. Hey, I appreciate y'all coming through. Thank you to everybody in the Israelite Nation. Thank you to my God, Bishop J. Jermaine, holding us down like steel. You know what I'm talking about? Thank you to Treese. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure y'all tell a friend to tell a friend about our show. We're here every Thursday, 6:30-ish Eastern Standard Time. Sometime might be a little later because we are black. All right. So y'all check us out and come and chop it up with us.
Because we're black.
Thanks, y'all.
They know they turn this stick to a hat. They know they turn this stick to a hat. They know they turn this stick to a hat. They know we turn this lick to a hat.